Yeah. Mr. Roche? Yeah. Jerry Saunders. Come on in.
Hey, Abdus, how's it going? David Norris.
How you doing?
Thanks. I'm David Norris. This is Jerry Salters. We just wanted to talk to you a little bit. We're with Athens, Clark County, and we work cold cases. And we're going back over some cases. And while we were going back over some, we were reviewing some of the reports and stuff. And we saw that there was your last name, a LaRoche, maybe lived over in an area where an incident happened at years ago. And we didn't see where anybody had talked to anybody, either you or your family or anything like that. And so we just wondered if you'd ask us, help answer a few questions and kind of go over some stuff like that.
With my sister, but
who was your sister?
Keturah. Amara Smith.
Okay.
That's it. But one incident happened. And
this was probably about 15, 16 years ago. It's been a while. How long ago has it been since you stayed with your sister?
It's been a while.
Has it been that long, or?
About like 16.
16. Okay. How old are you now? In your 30s? Yeah. So okay. So that's probably 15, 16 years, something like that. And you say Keturah was your sister?
Keturah, yeah.
Do you remember where she stayed at or where she lived at?
Not exactly.
Okay. And what was her last name?
High school.
I'm sorry?
I went to high school in Athens.
Oh, yeah. Which high school was it? Clark Central or Cedar Shoals? Clark Central?
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you grow up in Athens?
No.
Okay.
I knew a lot of people. Well, I didn't know a lot of people, but I got to know a lot of people there.
Okay. If you didn't grow up, where did y'all move to Athens at some point?
Well, she because the situation happened where I was. It's a long story, but I don't know if y'all heard of Dr. York, who was Edenton, Georgia, and she got custody of me because my parents was going through a case with child molestation stuff. So
okay.
We moved there with her.
No, yeah, I'm not familiar with any of that.
So I was stuck. So she got full custody of me to go to school because I had no other parent to go to until my father and them got over with the court, because we go back and forth to court and stuff.
Okay.
From Edenton, Georgia, dealing with sheriff's sales and stuff.
I got you. Okay. And so I guess at some point she got custody of you, and that's why y'all. Did she move to Athens, or does she already living there?
But she was already there.
Okay.
And I was moved with my father, and stuff didn't work out because I guess I told him about the situation, and I had to go back to court for, to testify against, Dr. York. He was like a court leader.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with any of that stuff. You said you moved with your dad also. What's his name?
Bruce Laroche. He was in Latonia, and then stuff didn't happen, didn't work out, with him, and we moved to Athens then.
Okay. And do you remember about
Athens? I don't remember the dates, but I know after Athens I came. Where I go to after Athens? We moved to Atlanta. I moved to Conyers, then to Atlanta. Man, they caught me off guard. I don't know.
Well, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, that's a long time. I remember all the dates.
Yeah, take you a minute if you need to think about it. Yeah. So your dad lived in Athens, or did your sister live in Athens?
My sister lived in Athens.
And then you and your dad moved and lived with your sister?
No, my sister lived in Athens. I moved from my dad's house to Athens, and from Athens, I moved with, who did I stay with in Athens? I think I moved, I ain't go back to Latonia. I think my sister moved from Athens to Conyers.
Okay.
But I stayed with them there. And then from there, I moved to there. I don't know, but I know I got a passport and I had all of it written down.
Okay.
I knew it then, but I was young. I was just, just trying to finish school and stuff.
I got you. Okay. So the only person that
custody till I was 18.
Your sister did.
And then I moved to Savannah with Dean, and I started working.
Who is Dean?
He's friend of the family. He's my brother-in-law.
Brother-in-law.
And my other cousin Lem stayed in Athens too, Lem LaRoche. So that's who I stayed in Athens with. And
Lem is your brother?
So that's my cousin.
Cousin?
First cousin.
And Dean was your brother?
In Athens.
Okay.
But what that got? So what the case? Like, it's got nothing to do with me.
No, it's your name. The LaRoche name came up as living over in the area, and when we were trying to find out about the name, that's when your name popped up And so we wanted to come talk to anybody that lived in the area.
'Cause
And we
he
were
still
looking back
live.
over the case file. We just didn't see where anybody had talked to y'all back then. And
Okay,
so that's
nobody
what.
talking to nobody about nothing.
Okay.
I don't even know what happened, but I know he still living in Athens. He got a whole family there. I ain't been to Athens in decades.
Okay.
I don't remember since probably like. when we moved to Congress.
And your sister's last name was LaRoche?
No, Eddington.
Eddington?
Mhm.
Okay.
Same mom, same dad, but same last name though. Like my name is Muhammad Abdus LaRoche is all
Okay.
all mixed up. I can't even go nowhere without being stopped.
No, I got you. And you say you went to Clark Central?
Yeah.
Okay. And y'all came from
Putting them
where Sheer Seals is?
I don't know if you heard about that, but yeah, I was dealing with that, and
Is that the Nawabian?
yeah.
Okay, I
And
remember.
I don't,
that,
because my family wasn't the family that got half my sisters, my cousin got, as little kids, Dr. Yoke did stuff with, as well as myself. They got him for all human trafficking and all that.
Okay.
But
Now, the address that we're interested in was over off on Broad Street in Athens. It was 2360 West Broad Street. It's College Place Apartments. Do you
yeah,
recognize
that's
it?
I think that's where my sister and them stay at, West Broad Street.
Okay.
College Street, yeah.
Yeah, that's the place where the incident happened at. So that's the one that.
In the area.
Yeah, I got
in
a
the same house.
and I got a picture of it right here. This might help kind of jog your memory since it was so long ago. That's kind of the entrance to it right there.
It still looks the same.
Yeah. Okay. And then that, I think when we was looking up the name, we saw a connection to the Inn building. Is that the building where your sister was staying at? Does that look familiar?
I don't remember the building name.
Okay.
I don't know exactly, but I know.
Okay.
I don't even know if that's the same spot. But
Well, that's why I brought the pictures because it's so
Okay.
long ago. Sometimes it's hard to remember stuff like that. Okay. What was going on at the time with you staying over there with your sister? Was you working anywhere, doing anything?
I was going to school.
Just
Working
going
at
to
Winn
school,
Dixie.
working at Winn-Dixie? I don't even think Winn-Dixie's open anymore. I think
know,
they've
that's
gone
what
out of
it was
business.
that old. I was going to school working at Winn Dixie.
Okay.
I was young, man. 16.
Okay. Did you know anybody over there in the apartment complex?
We played basketball with a few people, but I
Okay.
just didn't know them personally. I mean, I knew a few people, but we used to all play basketball over there. Me and this black dude, and he was just always smelling. We always teased him, but that's
Okay.
about it.
Do you remember what his name was or anything? Just
I
somebody
can't
shot
remember
ball
people.
with. I
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
You know how you get on the court, everybody come.
That's right. Whoever's out there playing pickup games, stuff like that. Yeah, I'm right there. Okay.
Yeah.
You still play ball?
Nah, I don't play ball.
Okay.
I work for mattress firm.
Okay.
But what happened over there, though?
Well, there was a lady.
I heard something happened over there, but I never know. I never got the details of it.
Okay. When did you hear about something happening over there? When you was living over there?
No. From what my cousin Len told me, something happened. He said something happened over there. The cop was over there, and I didn't know exactly. He never told me. He didn't want to tell me.
I got you.
So I just left it alone.
Was you not? Had you already left and not moved out?
No, I was there still.
Okay.
I was in high school and all that.
I got you.
And
Okay.
some lady came and got me from school, asked me something. I don't know what it was about. But she said something, but I don't think it wasn't dealing with that though.
Some lady like a family member or just
No,
some
like
stranger?
A teacher counselor, like a counselor said somebody wanted to see me and they asked me something about I don't know, but it wasn't pertaining to that though. It was something else.
Well,
Like she asked me for my last name. She said, "Are you Muhammad LaRoche?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Oh, okay." And I think that was it.
what does she want to talk about?
No, she just asked me my name.
Oh, okay. It's just kind of, so a stranger coming up to you and asking
No,
you.
she was a school counselor, like a
Gotcha.
principal.
Okay. Oh, when you say came and got you, talking about come and got you in school.
Yeah,
I
school,
got
like
you.
she came and put
Okay.
me in the hallway.
I thought you was like talking about coming and picked you up and took you somewhere or something
Yeah,
like
no.
that. I got you.
She came from school in the hallway. She
I'm
didn't take me
trying.
nowhere.
Okay. Did you, other than shooting basketball out there, did you have anybody that you hung out with out there?
I mean, I hung out with a few other people, but I don't think it was in that area though. Cause it was like summertime, I think, when I was down there. Summertime, wintertime. I ain't staying there for like 1 week. I don't know when we moved out or when we moved, but I know we moved from there to Conyers, but I know a lot of people. But I know a few white folks, black folks, but I just don't know their names. I don't even know how they look right now.
Oh, really? Okay. Do you remember? Do you know a Pamela Crisler?
Pamela Crisler.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know. No, she young. She was in high school.
No, she was an older lady.
Real old.
I may have a photo of her right here. Did you know her?
Pamela Crisler.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I probably.
That's the incident that's the incident we're talking about.
Who is she?
She's just a lady that lived over there. She was involved in an incident, and she ended up getting killed over there.
I know, I didn't know, but I know, like, doing like, you know, like if I was trying to make extra money, I made $40, like, taking out trash, but that was about it, though. But I didn't really know her personally. I don't even know who she is.
Okay.
I knocked on doors here and there, but that's about it.
Did you remember ever meeting her or anything like that?
I probably did, but I don't remember. Like, I know a lot of, you know, from Athens, I know a lot. I knocked on a few doors, but I don't remember just meeting her personally.
Okay. Would it have been doors like in that apartment complex that you would have knocked on, or like in the neighborhood?
Like, yeah, like the neighborhood, door to door, just see if they want to take trash out every now and then. You know, they don't feel like going nowhere.
Okay.
That's what my sister told me to do for money, because that's before I started working at Winn-Dixie. Then I started working at Winn-Dixie.
I got you.
And then Winn-Dixie was like, they wasn't giving me too many hours.
I got you.
But I was just going to school though, working at Winn-Dixie.
Okay. Anybody? What about this guy right here? Did you know him? His name is George.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Doesn't
I
recognize.
probably did. I probably don't. But it was a while. I know a lot of people that probably forgot the faces, but
Okay.
I don't just see them.
Or actually, Charles. I think that was his name, not George, but Charles.
Okay. I don't know. I don't even. Did I see him? Did he stay in the apartment too?
They did. They lived over there in the apartment complex.
They stay together. I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
So you say you might have known him?
I mean, but I might have. No, I don't might know him at all. I really don't think I know them, but I probably did some work for them if I did. But I don't know them though.
Okay. Well, what kind of work would you have done? Just taking trash out?
Yeah, just small stuff. Not nothing major. Not clean up no house or not nothing.
Okay.
Not working nothing down, but I don't know them though.
Is that something that you
I don't even
did?
think I seen them in Athens though.
You don't think you have? Is that something you did when you was over there cleaning up houses too?
No, I never cleaned up houses. I said like just for extra money. Like before, like when I first got there, because my sister didn't have the money. They just had a newborn, But I was just, knocking on doors, seeing if I need trash taken out, whatever.
Okay.
But I don't know them though.
Okay.
What they got to do with the
Well, that's the lady that was killed. Yeah, and she
so
lived.
it got something to do with me?
Well, she just lived over there in the apartment complex where
In the
your
same
sister
one
lived.
I stayed in?
In the same complex, that's right. Yeah.
The same complex.
Yeah, the same.
And
Like the
building.
complex there was a multi-building.
I know, but it's the same building.
Not the same building.
Okay, 'cause I
No.
was like, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I know people, but I don't, I just remember faces. I don't know her. I know black people. I still don't know.
Yeah,
People hit me up on Facebook. I don't even know who they is, but they know me.
I got you. Okay, I got you. Do you ever keep in touch with anybody from Athens?
I didn't even keep in touch with my cousin. Well, my cousin, he come down for family reunion. That's about it, though. But we never just keep in touch, though.
Okay, is that Liam?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Still down there.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out what that got to do with me, though.
Just the name, your sister living over there, and but you didn't know her and you didn't know him.
I mean, not that I remember. I mean, I probably did know them, but I don't know them like personally. If I did, because that's the only person I knew was my sister.
Right.
And the people I went to school with. I'm trying to think, yeah. Because I never played basketball for school or nothing like that, but I didn't, that's the only person I knew though, was my sister too. I think I stayed in Athens for like, what, a year or so?
Right.
About a year.
And when you was there, did you stay over there the whole time with your sister?
Yeah, every now and then I will go to, that's it with my sister. I tried to spend the night at my girlfriend's house, but that never worked out.
Okay. Who's your girlfriend?
Tanisha Goodrum.
Tanisha Goodrum. Yeah, I'm not familiar with her. Is she your girlfriend from
high school?
Okay, from like Clark Central or from where you came from?
From Clark
From
Central.
Putnam County.
From
Okay,
Clark Central.
I got you.
Putnam County, man, like them people don't, but they don't like me because they feel, the situation.
Yeah. Okay.
They don't like me. They think,
Well, when you was over there, did you hear about the incident involving her?
I heard about the incident, but I didn't hear about, like who it was.
Okay. I mean, the incident being somebody getting killed over there?
I didn't hear, like, he didn't tell me those details.
Okay. And when you say he, who you talking about?
Blame my cousin.
Your cousin?
Yeah.
Okay. I got you.
I guess you could figure, you know.
But and that's something different than what the lady at the school, the counselor or
like,
whatever?
Yeah, like the counselor just came and asked me my name, and I was like, what you need my name for? And I thought, you know, well, I thought everybody would know everybody's name because she called me by my last name. I guess she asked for my first name.
Okay.
I told her Abdus Salaam LaRoche.
Okay. But it didn't have anything to do with where you were staying at over there at College Place?
No, it didn't have nothing to do with that.
Did your sister ever say anything to you about it?
She never said nothing to me.
Okay, so just
I don't
Liam.
even think she know about it. But
Well,
she said there was a bunch of cops in there.
I was gonna say you almost would have had to know about or know something serious would have happened.
Yeah. Because Lemon told me, because I was getting off to school, and Lemon told me, I think I was getting off to school. I was in the neighborhood, but Lemon just told me a bunch of cops was over there.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. Do you know if anybody ever talked to Liam?
I don't know.
Okay, but
they
you
probably
said,
did talk to him though, but it's been years ago. But they probably did talk to him.
okay.
I
didn't see anything in there about his name either. So
yeah.
Okay. You wouldn't know where he's living at now, would you?
No, I don't know.
Just in Athens somewhere.
I know he's Athens though.
Is Liam his first name?
Lemon LaRoche. Yeah.
Lemon LaRoche. Okay, we'll try to find him and give him a phone call. You don't have a number for him or anything, do you?
Well, I don't got a number now. I did have my number, but you know, I lost it in my other phone. But my phone is up there in the front.
Oh, they won't let you bring it back here.
Yeah,
I got you.
Well,
I would try to find him. If he's still in Athens, he shouldn't be that hard to find. I thought. What about Keturah? She's still staying in Athens?
No, she stayed down here with my mama.
She stays down here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We stay together now. She moved from Africa actually, and she stayed with my mother now.
Okay. So was there anybody else that was living with y'all maybe that we didn't get a chance to talk to?
Ahmad Smith, ex. I don't know what they were, but but he's in Africa.
Oh, so he's not here.
He's not even in the
You think Keturah would know how to get in touch with him still, maybe?
Yeah, she'll know how to get in touch with him.
And did you say it's Ahmad or Amos?
Ahmad.
Ahmad.
Ahmad, Ahmed Smith.
Okay.
And my sister stayed with me in Decatur. She stayed with my mama. That's where I stay at.
Okay. Okay. And you don't. I mean, I know you said that Liam told you about a bunch of police being there, but you didn't hear about any lady getting killed or anything?
I didn't hear about that part. I honestly didn't hear about no lady getting killed though. But he didn't want to tell me though.
Okay.
You know. But somebody told me about like 2-3 years ago, because I asked him, who was it? Elias, because that's one of the friends. But they don't stay in Athens no more. They stay in Union City. He told me something happened over there. It was a murder, but I didn't know who it was. But he said they changed that whole area though. That's why I was like, you know, I don't even know if that was the same spot. But he said they changed that area became the projects and all that. That's what he told me.
No, it's still the same.
It's still the same?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He said it's like the projects, like they done took over that.
I
don't know if y'all from Athens.
Yeah. Why would he tell you about that a couple of years ago? Just kind of talking in passing, or?
Yeah, we talking about high school and stuff. You know, him and his brother, we were together talking about high school, just reminiscing, talking about what happened in, you know, Athens and school and the girls and all that stuff.
Okay. Did y'all go to high school together?
Yeah, we went to high school.
And what was his name you said?
Elias Hendrickson. He don't stay in Athens though.
Oh, okay. Did he live over in that area?
They stayed close by. A few people stayed close by, but it wasn't like right. It was about driving about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you would, take a minute and really think about what was going on back then,
Mm-hmm.
and see if you remember or can remember anything that might have been out of the ordinary that might be able to help us with this.
I know that. I don't know. This is one black dude I told you we played ball with. He was always sweaty, smelling, and we teased him. We got into a fight because we was always teasing him because he was weird. He was like one of the people that just looked weird. You know that. I guess he was cool. I guess, but I don't know. He just looked weird. Like he would, you know, somebody saw he trying to throw me over the bridge when we got into a fight at the basketball court.
Good Lord.
Yeah, that's why I'm like.
Is that because he lost the game?
Well, yeah, because he lost the game, and you know we were teasing him because he was smelling, man. He smelled real bad. I know he had a white girlfriend, but you know she was kind of huge though. She was, you know, big bone.
Okay.
But you know he was just don't do it because we were teasing. You know we were younger then, so I just.
Right.
That's the only thing.
We all do different
things.
things.
Scene for me because this guy was like, you know, I think that was one of the first like fight somebody actually try to throw me over the bridge.
That's right. Well, we all different people when we're younger, and you know, once you grow up a little bit, everybody's a little different. You know,
Yeah.
we all do stupid stuff. Young, I feel you. I know what you're talking about. You think of anything else? I mean, anything else? You know, take a moment. I know it was a few years ago. In regards to that might help us out, people that might have
I
been
don't know,
over
'cause I went
there.
to Africa too with my sister for like 2 months.
When did you go there?
I had a lot going on, huh?
When did you go there?
When I was working for Delta,
Okay.
and I didn't even quit Delta. I just went there and just got stuck, got caught up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was when you were living at college place?
No,
This is after.
like college place, but I don't know what happened. I mean, I ain't stayed there too long. I stayed there for like, I think a year, almost a year. You know, but, you know, because I know I didn't, because they wanted to push me back in high school over there, so I didn't like that. So my sister was like, just go get your GED and all that other stuff. So, you know.
Okay.
What grade were you in?
I was in the 10th, trying to go to the 11th, but they tried to keep me back in the 10th, and I ain't like that, so I think I left out of high school there. Like, we just, I told her I was gonna go. I left because that case, they flew me to, where we got flew to? Because we had to meet everybody that was involved when we were younger with that whole situation with York. Where they flew us to Millersville, Georgia, to go back to court and like testify and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
that's why they right there.
You think of anything else that might have been going on out there? Anybody else?
In Athens?
Yeah.
Well, except, nah, not really. I know I didn't do too much in Athens. I didn't even go out. I wasn't even partying because I wasn't even old enough.
And I'm going to ask you the same as I ask everybody that we're going back and interviewing on this. Did you have anything to do with this incident out there?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
That's when you said it was a murder. I'm like, what's it got to do with me? Like,
Right.
I ain't know what's going on.
Okay.
I
But
don't know how our name came up though.
when we're talking with family, and when we're looking at the names of people that were renting out there, and then when we're pulling that up.
How our name came up? Like, what the heck? Like,
Yeah, that's where the connection is. When you'll run one person's name, it'll give us a list of possible family members and stuff like
that's
that.
in the area?
They don't even
that
necessarily
building?
have to be in the area, just family members in general. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so that's why we wanted to come talk to you and see if
So
you
you
just
said
happen
they
to-
ran family members. So like when y'all asked people, our name came up because the building that my sister was staying in.
That's right.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how my name came up. 'Cause I know she was the one writing the name.
Okay.
That's why I was like, but I guess it's all right. I guess you got it.
Okay.
That's the same thing my sister gonna ask. How her name came up, and I was like, I don't know.
Right. Yeah. And that's something we're just going back talking to everybody.
Okay. Yeah, but I can't remember nothing else.
Okay.
'Cause my niece was born that time and all that, but I don't know nothing else though.
Okay.
Is that your sister's daughter?
It's so long ago.
Is that your sister's daughter? Your
Yes.
niece?
She about 17 now. She was like, it had to be like 17. She about like still crawling. She was like 1 when I stayed in that. So it had to be about like 17 years ago.
Yeah, it was a long time. Long time.
You live with you and your mom and your sister in Decatur?
Yeah. My mom, my grandmother, my sister Decatur. My mama finally woke up and left the land where she was staying in Edenton. And I just recently got out of jail myself. So I had to move back with her.
Was that the meth charge that you're on probation for?
Well, that's not why I'm on probation. It's because I was, I was back in the day, I was, knocking on doors, selling movies, CDs, and all that stuff.
I got you.
So from when I learned how to hustle through my sister and boyfriend in Athens, because when they was staying in Athens, they was traveling, selling movies and CDs, and he told me I could start off by, just work out by like cutting grass or see if people need their grass cut, takes trash out. So,
That's right.
So that's what I was doing then, and then from there I went with them to go make some money selling movies, because I guess when Dixie was still working out, they left Athens anyway, so we was in Conyers, so I was going with them, and they just showed me how to make money selling movies, even though I didn't know it was illegal until somebody said it was called pirating and all that other stuff. But that's why I'm on probation.
I got you. Okay.
For pirated movies, it wasn't for, you know. When I got locked up this time, it's because my head breaks, and I don't know why the police officer stopped me. But it's because my headlights, that's why he stopped me, and he seen something. And it wasn't even mine, though, what was in the car, though. You know, I just, I just took the blame for it, because I don't know who left it in the car, so.
I got you. Yeah.
People
It's just misunderstanding. For some reason I thought that's what you were on probation for, but it's
No,
not. It's just a
not.
movie thing.
Yeah, it was a movie thing. That's why when the judge and them shit, they're like, they locked you up for this, you know.
Were you selling movies back in Athens? When was it Lim that showed you how to do that?
No, Lebanon was selling oils and instant movies, but they was doing it. I didn't know they was doing it until we moved to Carnes. But he was just telling me how to do it, you know. But I knew Ahmed was doing it. I didn't know he was selling movies. He was just saying oils and incense and soap and stuff like that.
I got you.
But I didn't know. I knew that part was somewhat, you know, all right, because I think he said you got to have a petting license. I think they had the petting license, though.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with how all that works.
Oh, okay.
That's
They
probably a
had
little different from county to county, you know,
Yeah.
getting permits and stuff.
And then,
so.
yeah, that's why I got in trouble for selling movies. You know, I never did no serious crime that caused me to go get locked up for, you know what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
that's it. And I was shocked myself, because, I mean, police pulled me over before, seeing, you know, like DVDs in the car, because they sell them, you know, at little flea markets and stuff. So nobody didn't think, you know.
What's the big
And
deal?
I didn't know anyway, because I just, you know, I'm afraid, because the way the land was, you know, you just like, you know, I didn't even get no, like the way that land was, you know, I didn't know the laws and stuff when I got out of that, you know, that cult mind state, when I got old enough to know that, you know, I didn't want to be here, this stuff wasn't right, you know. So I didn't know nothing about that, you know.
Okay.
You know? So I didn't even know smoking weed was legal, because they was smoking on the land.
And eating too.
Yeah, so you know, stuff I didn't know. I had to learn as I grew, you know.
It probably won't be illegal much longer. Seems like
know.
everybody's
Colorado
passing the law saying it's legal, so
yeah,
it'll eventually get down here.
And then when you get stopped, but you get a ticket for it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Just
as
a little
far as
simple possession or something like that.
Yeah.
I got you.
But as far as Athens, you know, I don't know.
Okay.
I thought he called me here well, he did give me a drug test.
Yeah. Okay.
I passed every time. I told him I'm not a, you know, drug addict. I don't do drugs, but you know.
I got you. In reference to this female right here, would there be any reason why you would go in her apartment for anything?
In her apartment?
Mm-hmm.
No, besides take trash out if I did, but I won't just go in nobody's apartment.
Okay.
Especially breaking nobody's apartment. I won't know nothing about that part.
Okay. And
Well, I said they seen some mines in her apartment?
well, we're looking at that possibility.
Wow.
Just curious if maybe there would be any reason for you to be in her apartment.
Not besides taking trash out. I mean, I seen a lot of females out there though. I never had intercourse with none of them, sexual contact. Well, they shook their hand or something, but I don't know if it was her or whoever, but you know, I don't remember though. Besides, like, I took a few trashes out, but I don't know the names of people though.
Okay.
That's about it.
Okay. Well, she lived around the pool area where the swimming pool was.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't know where I went to take trash out. I know I used to go to the basketball court all the time. I don't remember where that's at.
Okay. That's right over there beside where your building is,
The
where your
basketball
sister
court?
was at. Yeah, right there at the
Okay.
end building.
But I don't know. I probably did take the trash out. Took a few trashes out. She probably tipped me too by like $5. But you know, that was about it. If somebody did. I know it got more than like $5. But it was a little money though. I ain't had no phone or nothing. So it was a little money.
I got you. Yeah. Got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. I ain't had no kids. You know, help with the little snacks I wanted to buy and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have any kids now?
Yeah, I got kids now. I got a 5, a 3, 1 on the way, and
Wow.
a 7-month-old.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Trying to work 2 jobs now doing it. supposed to be at work now. I'm supposed to go to work after I leave here.
Okay.
Mattress firm?
Mattress firm, and there's a temp agency job I work for, labor staffing. They send you everywhere though. I worked at the Marriott Marquise, and now it's over at the Geographics warehouse. Yeah, if I went in any apartment, it's because of that though. If, you know, that's why our name got brought up. I don't know. I know I won't do nothing to harm nobody though. I didn't know nothing about it. Especially if she had a husband. I won't know because I wasn't paying attention.
Okay.
So.
I'm a little confused because I'm meeting you. You seem like a really nice guy. Of course, you hadn't been in a lot of trouble. You seem very smart. Of course, you went through a lot, you know, with a younger age, and just confused on matching this up. And you know, as we talk about this and go through this, when you know, think about it, I want you to be honest with us, okay? And you don't know her.
I don't know. I never knew. Like I said, I only, you know, knock on the door, took trash out. I don't like know her personally. I don't even know her at all. If I didn't know anybody, if I shook their hands or whatever, it's because I was taking trash out. But I really don't know them.
So you just knock on somebody's door and say, "Hey, what would you say? What would you do?"
I would say, "Do you need your trash taken out? You know, I'm trying to make a little money. You know, I don't got a job, whatever." And they'll look for something for me to do. Take trash out. You know, need something moved. That's about it. That's what I'm saying. How you?
Would they bring the trash to you at the door and you just take off and go throw it away for them?
Well, if it's heavy, I would get it. You know, myself. You know, like a few incidents, older women, I would go get it. Like, don't worry about it, I go get it. That's what I remember myself doing. In all the situations, I would go get it, so they won't get their hands dirty.
With apartment complexes having a maintenance crew and they do most of the work, what kind of work would you do?
If they had maintenance crew?
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, at apartments, you know, they got maintenance folks that come and fix stuff. So,
I don't work
did
on
most times, so you didn't do any work on that apartment. You just did.
Just took trash. I was
just
young.
trash.
I didn't know nothing about no maintenance.
Okay.
I just took trash out, like somebody with their grass cut. You know, in the other neighborhoods, I would, you know, see if, you know, I could cut their grass. I ain't have a lawnmower, but they would have one. They just won't have the time to do it, so I would do it.
But you wouldn't
Make
do
$20
no electrical work or sheetrock work or plumbing or nothing like that.
No.
You were just taking the trash out then because you were
I
young.
know nothing about it like that. No, I never did no electrical work, man. Sheetrock. No plumbing.
Did you go get things for anybody? Groceries, anything like that?
No.
Okay.
Didn't do nothing. I don't know.
Well, we're just trying to understand. I mean, this is like Salter said. I mean, this is. I mean, you seem like a squared away guy. I mean, you got some family coming. You got some family here. It sounds like you're living with your sister. Then you're living with her now.
Well,
it sounds like.
I'm living with my mama.
Okay. I thought your sister was living with.
Yeah, she's dead too. But when I moved there, she was there already.
Oh, I got you.
Because I didn't even know they came back from Africa yet.
I guess my thing is, it sounds like they care about you, and it sounds like y'all got a great relationship. You care about them, they care about you.
I guess because my mother might feel some kind of way because what happened, because she never believed me. When I told her, she slapped me, but that's not why I'm living with them now, though. I'm living with them now because, you know, I have no choice. I lost the apartment that I had that I was trying to save up.
Either way, they care enough about you to allow you to live there,
yeah.
and you care enough about them to ask. So I guess we're just trying to figure out. Obviously this lady was killed. We're trying to figure out exactly what the circumstances were surrounding her death. Was this something that was accidental? Was this something that was done on purpose? Was this somebody that might have been stalking her and done this, or is this something?
Say, but I don't know. I mean, it got nothing. I mean, I wouldn't know. I don't. I wouldn't know.
And that's what we were trying to figure out, if there was a reason why.
I would know her.
Or for you to be in her apartment for anything.
I had to take out the trash or something.
Yeah.
Or probably because something happened and, you know, somebody helped me out. I did get into a fight one day and somebody helped me out, but I don't know who it was. You know, he tried, you know, I was bloody up bad, but, you know, tried to throw me over the cliff, but that's about it.
Okay, that's the guy with the basketball?
Yeah.
Okay. So you wouldn't go to your house to get some help?
No, I was walking and, you know, somebody was like, you know, I was bleeding and, you know, I was like, my eye was like, couldn't see, and somebody gave me some tissue, you know, like, but that's about it. But I don't remember, you know, exactly what happened, who did it, but I know I got into a fight. A few people, you know, was like helping me out. But, you know, he tried to throw me over the cliff, and I was like, you know, my knee, all that was, you know, hurt, all that.
Okay.
Nobody, I ain't never just been in nobody's apartment and murdered nobody, though. Like,
okay.
I know it's not funny, but no.
That's right. Just a little nervous, maybe.
Man, it just be like, wait, like, huh? Like, you know, I'm trying to see how it laid back to us, well, to me.
Yeah. Okay.
It was a long time ago. I don't even know half the girls I had sex with in Athens. I don't, y'all. I don't know about half the girls I had sex with.
Did you have sex with her?
No, I don't. I ain't.
Okay.
I had sex with a white girl in Athens though, but I'm sure it wasn't her though. She was in high school though. I don't know her name. I couldn't even have sex with my girlfriend. She was still a virgin. That's about it. So, what she said, my footprints or something was in our apartment?
Yeah, we got some information that you were in her apartment.
That day?
And so we're trying to figure out exactly what the connection is there.
That day?
Yeah.
I wasn't in her apartment. I mean, if I was, I wasn't, I mean, I don't know. I probably did some work for her, but I just wasn't, I know I didn't kill nobody though. I know that's for a fact.
Okay.
But I was in the
Was it
football
an
apartment.
accident or something like that? It's something different? I mean, that's
'Cause I was in
what's
the
got me confused, because, I mean, you seem like a really sharp guy, you're a nice guy, smart guy. I mean, so I'm just trying to, was there an accident? If it's something like that, well, I guess what I'm trying to say is just be honest with us. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If it was an accident, maybe a fight, something, let us know that.
Or maybe you went there and she was already deceased, and maybe you're like, I ain't saying nothing about it because I don't want to be connected to it in any way. I don't know. That's what we're trying to make the connection of why.
Nothing. I don't know nothing about what happened with her. To be honest with you, like I did some work. I don't know if it was for her, but I did work for a lot of people. I probably did go in her house, but I didn't break in nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I didn't do none of that. I didn't say it was an accident. I don't know. It was no accident. It wasn't no accident. I walked in the house, but I wasn't just walking nobody's house or breaking nobody's house. Like I was not.
When you was taking come to get trash for individuals, and when you say trash, I think of like something that's in a trash bag and that you would throw in a dumpster. Is that what you're talking about when
like
you talk about trash?
Trash can, like cause a lot of people had trash on their porch. A lot of people had, trash, and I just not see, like they didn't need trash taken out, and half the time they did.
Okay. What about any other items besides like trash in a trash can that they might want to get rid of or something like that?
I probably did throw out some beds, brooms, old broom, stuff that was just on the porch.
Okay.
But I never just threw out no. I just never walked in nobody and killed nobody though.
Okay.
I ain't never did that in my life. I ain't even shot nobody.
Okay.
I would never shoot nobody.
What about a vacuum cleaner, anything like that? You ever throw something like that away?
I threw my way like I did throw away like a few vacuum cleaners, old beds, but that's about it. Never I ain't never cleaned nobody's house or did no plumbing or electrical work No. Not that I know of. Well, I never did. I was 16. I didn't know no better. I didn't know no plumbing or nothing. None of that. So I'm trying to figure out, like, what is this? Well, we talking about the murder, but the lady, but I'm like, I don't even remember. But if I did throw out her trash or old stuff, then I probably did. But I don't, you know, I would never kill nobody though.
Would you have gone, like, when you're getting trash like that, would you get it just from the kitchen?
Sometime from the kitchen, sometime it'd be trash on the porch. You know, that's about it.
Okay.
In the kitchen, the porch, and that's it. Cause there was no
Not the bedroom or anything.
The bedroom.
Yeah, if you didn't know her, would there be any reason for you to go back in the bedroom?
No, it wouldn't be unless she needed something heavy taken out the bedroom. But other than that, it wouldn't be. Like a bed or something, old bed. But it won't be enough for me to take out the bedroom unless they needed something to take out the bedroom. Yeah. I remember taking out a few old beds, you know, like a few vacuum, broke down vacuum, old vacuum, stuff that was on the porch, trash. But that's about it.
We feel confident
Well,
that she didn't.
Huh?
I was gonna say, we feel confident that it wasn't a bed or anything like that she had taken out of her.
Nah, I didn't say she did. I just said, you know, people. You know? But I won't be, I mean, if I was in somebody's bedroom, I won't just be snooping around in my room when I'm taking out trash. You know? In somebody's bedroom. Well, if I did go in somebody's bedroom, I probably, you know, was looking for that person, that individual. They were like, they was in the bathroom, but I wasn't in nobody's bedroom just snooping around. Cause I helped people and, you know, got to know folk. I don't know if it was her or not, but, you know, she don't look familiar. A lot of people don't look familiar, but, you know, I just won't be in nobody's bedroom doing nothing like crazy.
So if you were to go in and just look for them, is that because maybe they didn't answer the door?
No, but they answer the door and leave and say, I'll be right with you. And she'll point to the trash. The person, I don't know, you know, it'd be a she, sometime a he. He like, you know, fat guy. He like, yeah, you know, but, you know, it won't just be like, I just walked in somebody's house because, you know, didn't open the door, no.
Okay. I mean, I didn't know if maybe you built that type of relationship with them.
I know a few people I built a relationship with, though. But, I, you know, like I said, I know people, I mean, I don't know her from what the picture. She don't look familiar. I might or might not, but I don't, you know. I know I didn't kill nobody, though. She look, you know, and then she had a husband. If you did, you said that the guy name was her husband. You know. I think I seen him somewhere before, though, but I remember. You look familiar. But you know, they say people look the same, so who knows?
Okay.
That's why I was like, being there. I was helping people a lot though, but I wasn't just all in their bedroom and all that stuff. I don't even know where she was at. You know what I mean?
Well, I tell you, Abdus, I think you've been waiting on this day for quite a few years for somebody to come talk to you about this.
You think so?
I do.
Why you say that?
Well, I just think that, you know, what was it, 17 years ago? And, you know, this is an incident that happened out there. And
I think I did it?
We do believe you had something to do with it.
Why was that?
Well, we're trying to figure out exactly what the connection of you being in the, that's right, you being in the house and being in the bedroom part, and I mean,
yeah, my sister. I mean, I always help people out. I wasn't just in there her bedroom. Like, what? I didn't kill nobody though.
And I guess with us wanting to talk with you, I mean, we want to understand what happened. Okay. Because, you know, when we look at you and when you see what was going on with you back then, I wasn't familiar with the Putnam County thing, but just looking at your record, I mean, you didn't have any arrest on it. Didn't look like you got arrested the first time until maybe 2009. So, I mean, that tells me right there that, you know, you're not out here breaking into cars, you're not out here breaking into houses. And it sounds like, listening to you, it sounds like you actually were doing what you were, you know, doing the best you could. You were going to school, you were working at Winn-Dixie, you were, you know, just doing side jobs, whatever you could do to stay out of trouble. And that's usually how you stay out of trouble, is when, you know, you got, you know, other things is occupying your time. But we're trying to find out what the connection is as to why this information that we got will bring us out here to talk to you.
Why you saying I was in her room?
We know that you were in there, and so that's what we're trying to figure out. We're trying to figure out what the connection is. Is it something to where maybe you were with somebody else and maybe you didn't do anything? Is it something to where
I mean, I help people move stuff out their room, but I know I didn't do nothing though. I help people move, you know. I don't know if it was her or not, but I have a few white people moved on that, because I think it was a majority, like a diverse neighborhood. It was only like a few blacks. Yeah. Actually, the only black person I seen was that dude.
Okay. Well, I don't think this has anything to do with black or white.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that. I think this is. I think this could be several things. This could be maybe somebody being surprised when somebody, maybe somebody coming in a house and maybe looking to do some work for somebody. Maybe the door's open and you step in there to holler at them, say, "Hey, is somebody here?" And then maybe somebody getting startled or something. I don't know. That's what we're trying to figure out what the connection is.
Doing the thing, it'll be during the daytime. I won't deal with nobody, you know. So some doors was just wide open, like just wide open. And I'll holler, and they be like, "Back here," but that's about it.
Okay.
But I never just like broke nobody's glass or picked the lock or nothing, get in nobody's house. I don't know what might be, you know, motive to be murdering somebody.
Well, yeah, and that's another thing we're trying to look at here is what would the motive be? Because just based on the information we've gotten from you and the information with your you know, as far as your arrest record, doesn't say that you're a bad guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, if I helped her, I probably helped her, but I will murder this lady or her husband. So I definitely won't murder no lady and her husband. Especially in the neighborhood I would be staying in.
That's why it might have been what Salters was saying here. That's why it could have, you know, it might have been an accident, or maybe this is something where you came in and you found her and you're like, whoa, you know, maybe you didn't have nothing to do with her actually dying, but maybe, you know, the door was open, you came in there and you for whatever reason looking for work and you see her in there, and then you're like, oh, and then you get the hell out of there. I mean, that would scare anybody. And I mean, at the time, how old were you?
16.
16? Okay, at the time, imagine a 16-year-old kid seeing something like that.
Yeah,
I mean, that would scare a grown man.
I know,
you
but
know?
I never seen no dead body when I walked in the apartment. I mean, I went in a few bedrooms, like, you know, gave me water. Some people even asked that I want to drink, but I didn't drink. But, you know, just, I guess, you know, I met a few neighbors out upstairs, just getting drunk all the time, you know, white girl, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I don't know if I was in her bedroom. I'm damn sure, you know, she was alive. Like she wasn't, you know, she wasn't laying there. You know, if I helped her. But as far as me murdering her and her husband, you know, I'm small, I'm young. You know, I don't think. You know, I didn't do it. But as far as like me helping being in their houses, but I was helping people in their houses though. It might have been her. It might have been, you know, but it wasn't just, you know, I didn't even, like, I wouldn't even, like I said, had no motive to be murdering nobody. You know.
Well, we're gonna have to find out what the connection is. Okay.
I probably did help her with work. That's about, you know, that's about it. Help people, you know, help few people paint, but murdering, you know, that's not my.
You don't look like a murderer to me.
Yeah, that's
you don't talk like someone that would murder somebody, and you know, not many. I can't say I've met many 16-year-olds that are murderers. You know what I'm saying? There's just not enough going on in their life at the time. Not saying there aren't any, but you know, as a general rule, that's not the case. Okay, but there's something more, and I know I hear you saying, you know, I didn't do it or I didn't murder her, and I understand where you're coming from in saying that. But what we've got, we need to know why the evidence that we have pointing at you is where it's at, because I mean, what you're telling me is just not, it's not matching up with what the scene says. Okay, and I'll tell you, I guess you know, back in August, I guess when you went on probation or parole, that they took a DNA sample from you. Does that sound right?
I don't know what they did. Yeah, probably. I know they took a DNA sample here.
Okay. And that might have been, is that about when you went on, got in parole, was here in August or whatever?
No, I got on probation June, July, October. October this month, that's when they took DNA sample. Okay.
Well, whenever it was they took it, they entered into a system. All right. And when they entered into the system, that's one of the reasons why we're here talking with you, is because your DNA matched up some evidence that we've got. Okay. And it's not like just some random piece sitting off somewhere. You familiar with what DNA is?
Like blood sample.
Well, it can be blood sample, it can be skin, like if you touch something, skin cells come off. Yeah. If a little bit of spit gets on somebody, or some sweat gets on somebody, or from hair falling out, all that can be DNA. Okay. And so that's why we're trying to figure out what your connection to this lady is and why your DNA is connected to her. Because, you know, it's one thing to have a little bit of DNA over here, but it would be another thing to have your DNA and her DNA mixed together. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe she was bleeding a little bit, or maybe something was going on with her, and then some of your DNA got mixed in with her DNA. You know, they've got the ability now in 2007.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
That's what we're trying to figure out.
I know. I mean, I never had sex with nobody in Athens. Well, I did. I probably did in an apartment, but I don't remember having sex with her. I had an older lady I was talking to, but I don't think that was her though. I don't believe so. If it was, I probably did, but I never shouldn't kill nobody. Or her and her husband. I know a lady was always, you know, like real nice one, always flirt, but you know, I'm thinking we did. I think we did something, but I don't remember. I told my sister about some older cougar, but you know, she didn't believe me. But as far as that, you know, only way my DNA would get anybody is if my blood got on them because I was bleeding and somebody helped me, you know. But that's about it.
So would your blood get on them while they were bleeding also?
Would my blood get on them while they was bleeding? I don't know.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like in 2002, the technology wasn't there to do things like that. But in 2017, like if you were to take if I were to take some Salter's blood, or say a piece of Salter's hair, and then spit in my hand and put that hair in it, and then take a piece of your hair right here, the lab would be able to take all that right there, or a drop of your sweat, or a drop of my sweat, and a drop of Jerry's sweat, and put it all together. The lab could take that right there and go, there's DNA in there. There's DNA of 3 profiles, and then they would be able to take a sample of yours, sample of his, and a sample of mine, and they'd be able to go, Those are the 3 samples that's in there. Or we could even take your probation officer and take a sample of his and submit 4 of them just for those 3, and they'd be able to go, all right, those are the 3 that's in there, and it's not this guy here. So that's what we're trying to figure out, is why your DNA was mixed with hers.
She probably was she probably was the person who helped me with the,
that's why we're wondering.
With a cougar in Athens, but I don't know if it was her or not. And my blood, my DNA, I know whoever helped me, it didn't look like it. Was it her? But I don't remember. I know we got to know each other, and it wasn't like, like an everyday thing. But I'm trying to see how my DNA.
Well, it don't necessarily have to be blood, right? It can be a drop of sweat.
I know. I'm just trying.
Okay.
We probably.
And that's why I'm wondering if maybe when you went in the house, was she already dead? And then that's why the 16-year-old kid kicks in and goes, "Oh, hold on a minute. I didn't know. I'm distancing myself from this. I don't know who done it, but I know I didn't do it." And maybe that's why that's what I'm trying to figure out. Because there is no doubt that you was there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no doubt that you was there while she was injured. Okay, we know that.
Yeah.
So now we're trying to figure out why. What's going on? What was going on with you
I know it ain't
to bring you in contact with her?
I know I told Lem something, but, he didn't believe me. But, that's when he told me the next day cops came. I didn't know it would be, that situation, the person was dead or not. But,
that's what we're trying to understand. What'd you tell them?
I told them that when, I went to take this random lady, because I seen her before, but I just don't, but it was a house I was going to randomly every week, take the trash out. I don't know if it was the same house, but when I came in, the door was always open. And, I knocked, nobody answered, but I came in, it was just, but I didn't kill her though.
Well, tell me what happened.
What happened was, like, I walked in and, I just, because I went to the room and I seen somebody there and I, I ran out, but I told Lem, he didn't believe me though.
You probably been thinking about this for 15 years, ain't you?
Yeah, I was thinking like, I wonder if, but that's why I said the guy looked familiar, because it said, I seen it on news. I think I seen him on news, but the girl, I don't remember her face. I didn't see the face, but I just seen him, like a lot of blood and stuff.
So tell me about going over there and what was going on and how you ended up seeing her.
It was during the daytime. And, like around 12. I don't remember exactly what time it was, but I thought, everything got settled because they was like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know nobody because I told them I would talk to the police if they asked me, but I didn't even tell the police. I guess they already came by there. But I definitely didn't do it, though. So I was sweating because it was during the summertime, though, but I didn't put my DNA on her. I wouldn't have looked up to see if she was breathing, like, because I seen blood, but I didn't know she could have been.
So maybe how it got on there? When you went over there to check on her or something? Maybe that's how it got on her?
The high?
Is that how it got on her? I don't know.
Probably so, but I was sweating, though. I was dirty, playing basketball, trying to make some extra money afterwards. But I just didn't think, she was really deceased until my cousin said something.
Well, tell me about coming over there and how you knew her and
but
why.
That's when you showed the picture, I was like, it's a murder, but I didn't think it was a murder, but I heard something about it, but I didn't think it was like a murder. I just thought she was injured or something.
That's right. Whatever might have been going on with her.
And I was scared. I was nervous like hell. I didn't know what to do.
Anybody would have been.
Because it was
at
like
16.
my first time. But I definitely didn't kill her husband. You said that dude that you showed me to. But I seen him before, but I didn't,
So how did you end up going over to the house? What were you going to do for her that day?
I was going to take out the trash.
Had you taken it out before?
Yeah, I took out a lot of stuff before.
For her? What all had you taken out?
I remember I took out the trash. I took out, one time she wanted me to take out an old vacuum. That's about it.
Like one of the old dust buster type vacuums?
I don't remember. I know it was like an big old bathroom, vacuum.
Well, I mean, I just think of different vacuums, that's all. The
But I
kind you
definitely
do with the handle, the kind you got that, that sits on the floor and you got a little hose.
And the reason why I didn't think y'all would come to me, because they said that they found, I think a while back when I did watch the news, now that you mentioned it, that they, somebody was charged for the murder of a lady on Broad Street. I remember that part. Now that you bring it up, I remember that they said somebody was charged. I think that's why I seen that guy. That's why I said he looked familiar.
Okay. So when you go over there and going over there to do some more work for her, tell me about getting over there.
We would walk. I didn't have no car, but that was like every other week, every other week. I did work for a few people, but it was like.
Well, I'm just interested in her. Okay. Because obviously, I mean, we're getting to the point where we're explaining why your DNA is on her.
Yeah.
But I need to know all the details
I
about
told
that.
them that part, and I figured he told the cops, and he said, "Man, they're gonna come for you." I said, "I didn't do nothing. I just told you about it." Okay. And I think he probably.
So when did you go over there? You said you went over there during the daytime?
It was probably during the daytime, yeah. It was during the daytime. I won't go over there during the nighttime.
Okay.
I didn't even get out the house at night.
And do you remember where that apartment was at that you went to?
I don't even remember. That's why I forgot all about this.
Well, now that's got to be a traumatic thing. Hey, I don't think there's no way you can. I wouldn't even be able to forget about that.
I mean,
you
I
walk
did forget
into
about
a house
because from then on, a lot of other stuff had happened.
Anything as big as this, stuff like as big as this has happened in your life before.
No, but I mean, it would been some murders. Some people get hit by cars. Somebody got shot. A lot of stuff.
Okay.
People down the nursing bed.
Okay. So you go over to the house.
But I didn't think she was dead though. That's why I really didn't bother. But I didn't even know that was the same lady. But I didn't think she was dead though.
Okay. And I understand that, but I'm trying to figure. I still got to account for you being over there and what brought you over there and exactly what rooms you might have went in when you were there. So I need to so that I can explain why your DNA is in there. Okay. I need to know.
I did go over there and I was nervous. I was sweating. I was,
So you said when you got over there, the door was open. What do you mean by open? Do you mean like the door was unlocked, or do you mean like the door was swung open, or are we talking about a sliding glass door? Because I think there was two ways to get into those apartments over there. I think you have a front door and a back door, or maybe a front door and a sliding door. Do you remember which door you came in?
It was over the front door. It was through a hallway, I think.
Okay.
It's a hallway, right?
Yeah, there's a hallway, and then off the hallway you got different apartments off the hallways.
It was a hallway.
Okay. And so when you get over there,
because I didn't, because it was like crack opened a little bit. I figured somebody was already home.
Okay.
And I didn't hear nothing, but I did walk in, but I didn't hear nothing though. Because that's when I kept going and going and going and going and seen that.
Okay.
And I said a few words,
What'd you say?
Like, hey, hello, it's me. And I know I remember saying that. Push the door open, look, and I got a real close look just to see if, I thought I seen, I didn't know if it was real or not,
And what did you see?
Just the body, just.
Oh, okay,
body.
so saw the body.
Yeah.
Okay. And where was that at? Was that as soon as you opened the door? Was that in the kitchen, the living room, or was that back in the bedroom?
It was back in the bedroom, I know, because it was nobody, I don't think it was nobody even there in the living room. I didn't see the husband or nobody there.
Okay. And so you go back in the bedroom, obviously you see her, you're concerned.
And I seen the sliding door open too when I walked through the front door.
Okay.
The door was open, the back door. It looked like a back door was sliding. Okay. But I ran and told my cousin and he didn't believe me, but
Well, let's get to the part where you see the body in the bedroom and you go back there and you're checking on her. What's going on back there? What all do you see?
I don't remember what I see, but I know I looked over. Just, I touched to see if she was, like.
Where did you touch her at?
I just the shoulder part, kick I ain't kick hard, but, touch, kick, see, but, you know what I'm saying? But it was blood. It was blood, though.
Now, how was she when you saw her? How was she laying?
laying. How was she laying? I know, like but she was laying forward, and her eyes was closed. That's what I thought.
I mean, like laying on the floor, laying on the bed.
She laying on the floor. She had to be laying on the floor because I looked over and I don't remember if it wasn't bad. I don't remember if it was bad or not.
Okay. And when you touched her, you touched her on the shoulder, and then you kind of when you said you kind of nudged her.
Yeah, you know, I was sitting there. I just like immediately ran when I realized that this person wasn't moving, and I just seen like as I moved a little bit, seen like. Try to like move like juggle real hard. It just seemed like too much blood.
Yeah, guys.
What was she wearing?
I don't know. What was she wearing? I couldn't tell. A shirt, I think.
Well, think back, because I can tell you that image is burned in your head. You'll never be able to forget that. Who could forget that?
A shirt and panties, I think. Yeah, it had to be a shirt and panties because it was laying on the bed. I think she was laying in the bed, laying flat. But I know I didn't do it though, and I was nervous that day. And that's why when the teacher called me from school, that's why I was like, "What'd you call me for?" I thought she was talking about that incident, but I guess it didn't go from there. I figured, okay, they probably, Lem probably called them, told them what happened, whatever.
What exactly did you tell Lem?
I just said I seen her when I go when I went to this lady's house to go see she wanted some trash and stuff moved out. I went in the room and I seen he did the same thing I did. We were doing all the room because I didn't hear another door cracked open, and I just seen the dead body. It looked like she was dead, and I ran and I told him. Like,
and what did he say? I don't believe you.
Yeah, I don't believe you. Don't know like that happened. And I didn't think it would, I didn't expect to see all that. But I didn't even think it would come back. Because I thought, that's why that day I mentioned that guy. I'm like, okay, that's where I seen his picture from the news one day.
Do you remember what her name was?
Okay. I don't remember her name. I don't even think that was... I don't even look like the same person.
And you said you went over there during the daytime.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about going over there.
12 noonish.
Well, tell me about going over there in the evening time when it was dark.
In the evening time, I never went over there in the evening time when it was dark.
Never went over there.
I don't know.
The time when you found her, it might not have been dark, and maybe just because it's been 15, 17 years, you forget?
I played basketball, and I was sweating and all that real hard, trying to make some extra money.
Okay.
But I don't remember if it was the evening or dark time. I know like noonish, like when the sun was like going down.
Back then when that happened, and I'm sure that was probably at the forefront of your mind, of course Lem probably didn't worry about it too much because he probably didn't believe you.
Yeah.
Did you ever look at any of the newspapers or anything out there? Look at the story, follow it, anything like that?
No, but I seen the news though about the guy, but I never looked at the newspaper.
Did you ever see the sketch of the person that they had?
I seen that picture, but I never seen the sketch.
No, I'm talking about the sketch of the individual.
No.
That somebody asked.
Female?
No, of the person that was seen coming out of her apartment at nighttime.
No.
Well, now that we have met you, and if we take about 15 years off of you, you look pretty close to the sketch. That's why I was trying to figure out, is there something else? Maybe you was over there at nighttime, and you just got your times mixed up.
No, I never went over there at nighttime when it was real dark.
Go
I know
back
like
and check
evening.
on her?
I didn't do nothing. As soon as I left there, but I ran and told them.
And it may be something where Lem didn't believe, and you say, hey, let me come show you. You don't believe me. You know what I'm saying? Nothing proves something like going and showing somebody.
No, Lem, I didn't do that, but I don't remember me telling Lem to come, let me show you. I was just like shook. But I left though. But I remember going back there after I seen the cops, come over there. But,
Well, tell me about that.
Like I went back there just to see what was going on, And they told me it was a murder, but that was about it.
So you talked to the police?
I didn't talk to the police. I just seen the yellow strip, and I was trying to figure out what happened. But I didn't talk to nobody.
How did you figure out what was going on?
No. But I'm trying to figure out what happened with the girl, with the lady that y'all said was murder. But but they didn't say nothing though. But they just said it was a murder. Stayed back, But I never went back to the apartment after that though. At nighttime. You said I left the apartment during the nighttime, but there's a lot of apartments I went to at night, but I don't think it was hers though.
No, this was her apartment. Ain't no doubt about that.
I don't, it definitely wasn't. I don't remember going to nobody's apartment at night. I never did no work for nobody at night though. I mean, I did, but it was like too dark. 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. I guess that would be considered nighttime during the summertime. But
those,
after basketball.
You was talking about taking, throwing trash away, like the trash, what people would want thrown away, whether it's beds or whatnot, and vacuum cleaners. What did you do with all that stuff?
I just threw it in the dumpster.
Did you ever sell any of the stuff?
No.
There's nothing wrong with selling it because it's trash. You know what I'm saying? Somebody won't give you some money for it. Somebody won't give you some money for it.
I never sold nothing.
Okay.
To nobody.
Not, and I'm talking about in particular at like a pawn shop or something.
No.
Okay.
No. I ain't sell nothing. I wouldn't know about that.
Well, I mean, I'm just asking you, since you're being honest with us and everything.
Yeah. Now that you mentioned it, yeah, I won't sell nothing like that.
Okay. What about maybe having somebody sell it for you? Maybe because, you being 16 and all, maybe you wasn't quite old enough to sell it. Because like a pawn shop, you got to be 18 in order to sell something. You can't do it as a juvenile.
You right. But I never sold nothing for nobody at the pawn shop though. I mean, I never sold nothing to the pawn shop. Period. I had nothing to sell.
Okay.
It's like garbage, like garbage.
I got you. Okay.
Old stuff. But I never sold nothing at the pawn shop though. And, yeah.
So how many times did you go back over to that apartment?
That was it.
After you saw her that day laying there?
Yeah, and I went back after the police came, but that was about it. Not after they came, but while they was there though. But that was it though.
As far as you knowing her, how did you know her?
I knew her. I mean, if it's the same lady that I was helping out, taking trash, but she was
talking
always
about the lady who's dead, the one that you saw, that you were in her bedroom, you saw her dead. We're talking about her, okay?
Yeah.
How did you know her, and how long had you known her?
Of course, I won't know him that long, but I remember. I don't think it was her though. I had a. I don't think it was her. It couldn't have been her. But I had an affair with a lady, but it wasn't her though. I don't think it was her. But I knew her, like, I seen her. I mean, I didn't know her though. Like, I really just didn't know her like that. Besides helping her and stuff, and she got real. Like, I got comfortable. Like we but not like comfortable enough to where I'd be, just all inviting myself in the house. It was just weird that day. It was just strange. That's
How many times did you help her before this though, or is this like the first time you went to help her?
Probably like 2 times.
You know how long?
I don't know the distance.
A month before, a week before?
Probably like a week before. But it's like, come back, I might need you again. But that's about it though. But I never just knew her though.
And so when you went back, that's when you saw her? Or
Yeah.
You'd only helped her one time before? What did you help her with?
2 times before that.
2 times before?
Yeah, but that was about it though. And somebody else one time, Chinese person, old lady. But her personally, well, since we talking about her, that was just like 2 times. I really just didn't know her personally like that. In fact, I shouldn't even just walked in the apartment and just, invited myself in when I seen the door crack. Because anything could have happened to me or, but now that you mention it, but that was just, I didn't know no better though. But I did tell though. I did tell my cousin.
How you feel now that you've shared what you shared with us?
I told people though, but I told my sisters stuff like that before, but they didn't believe me though. I told them though.
So if we were to go back and talk with your sister and talk with Liam, would they share with us what you shared with them?
Yeah, but I told them it was, you know, yeah, they would.
You think they might share something that maybe you told them a little bit more than just finding her there?
No.
Maybe you got into an argument with her?
No.
Maybe she caught you in the house or something like that, or maybe you walked in looking to get some help, but then, you know, she was, I don't know, come out of the bathroom and you surprised her and she was surprised you was in there and you was trying to explain you just looking for work, but then she's hysterical and she ain't having none of that. I mean, I don't know.
No. Just like I told you. It definitely was a body, though. I know she was unconscious, knocked out, bleeding real bad, but tried to wake her, but nothing happened, though.
And I appreciate you being honest about that, about being in the apartment, about finding her.
I did, but I just didn't know, you know, that was the person. Like I say, like I heard it's the person and her husband. I'm like, I won't do nothing like that.
And let me ask you, what DNA do you think we have of yours?
I don't know.
From there,
it could be anything
that would cause you some concern that has brought us to you.
That's what I mean. I don't know. It could be anything. I don't know what y'all got.
Anything such as spit,
hair, DNA. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how that all. You know, I don't know how that all works.
Okay. Would it be any like semen, anything like that?
I don't know.
Well, did you have sex with her or anything? I mean, because if you...
I mean, I remember having sex with a lady, but I don't think it was her, though, but...
Well, you would know if it was her or not.
Nah, I wouldn't, though, because I wouldn't, though. Because it's been a long time. I don't know how this girl had sex with in high school.
How many people do you know that can say they've had sex with a woman that was dead? You know what I'm talking about? That's died later.
Yeah.
Not many.
Yeah,
so I just think you'd remember that if you had sex.
Nah, because I got a friend of mine who got killed, but I didn't even have sex with her. But I knew her personally, though. We grew up together, but...
So I guess back to my question is, what DNA do you think
I don't know what
we have?
I mean, y'all might got sweat, y'all might got blood, y'all might got hair, you know, but I know it won't be semen, though.
Do you think we might have got all of that because of something that might have been going on in the room? Some type of struggle?
No.
Some type of fight?
For me?
Maybe just some kind of disagreement between you and her, that's right.
No.
Because you'd have to, I mean, would it be fair to say, and would you agree with me, that if we got something like that, that there's probably a little bit more going on than just you walking in the room and finding her on the floor and then just touching her on the shoulder and saying, hey, ma'am, you okay?
No.
For your hair to be in a place or your sweat to be in a place, I think it would be fair to say maybe a little bit more was going on than just you going in there and touching her.
Nah,
that's why we're trying to figure out what all you might have done while you was in there.
Nah, I didn't do nothing like that. I know I was sweating and stuff, playing ball. You know, I might have been still, you know, like injured, but I wasn't bleeding or nothing and no hair. I don't even think I had hair at that time. Well, I probably did have hair.
But hair can come from anything. It can be a little knuckle hair coming off, you know.
Yeah, but I don't, you know, I didn't, you know, none of that else happened. Like, I promise you that. I promise you that.
When defending yourself? When defending yourself? Well,
I wasn't
you
fighting.
were attacked.
I wasn't attacked by nobody.
So here's my thing, man. Again, I think you're a great guy. I'm just meeting you. Sometimes good people make bad decisions. It doesn't make them a bad person, and I don't think you're a bad person at all. But something happened, and, you know, we're trying to give you an opportunity to tell us and get this off of your chest. Because I truly believe you're a good person, and I think you do want to get this, which where we started from into where we're now.
I know, but I didn't think I was talking about, you know, this. But
you've been living with this, and we want to give you that opportunity. And again, I think you're a good person. I think something happened there, something bad happened there, and we want to give you that opportunity.
So what made you think it was me, though?
Because
besides I told you that I seen the person.
Because of the overwhelming evidence that we're getting from that room.
From me.
That's right. That's why we're looking for an explanation, because just you going up and finding her and touching her, it's not fitting what the evidence is. If this was 2002,
that might be an argument for you, but technology's come so far that ain't the case. Okay, so that's why we need to understand what happened. Is it something? Is it? Well, you telling us part of what happened. I don't think you're telling us all of what happened, because we know. Okay, or we wouldn't be here talking to you.
I didn't kill her or the husband that y'all showed me.
Well, we need to know what the argument was about. Maybe your intention, wasn't to kill her.
We didn't argue. I didn't even go in there and see no. I mean, you know what I'm saying, and talk to nobody.
Well, that's not good, Abdus. Okay, because if it wasn't an argument, then that kind of tells us that this was maybe something where you were laying in wait for, and this is what your intention was all along. But we don't think that's the case because your record doesn't show that's the case. Your record shows that you were in school, you were working.
Arguing? I wasn't arguing with her. It was nobody else.
There was something that happened, and that's what we need to know. We need to understand that, because if not, it's like you said. I wasn't arguing with her. I didn't do it. There wasn't no fight like that. But everything that says there was a fight like that, and all the evidence says it was a fight involving you and her. And so is it because she got surprised, or is it because maybe you were laying there? Maybe y'all had some prior problem and you had a vendetta you wanted to settle with her.
No, it wasn't no argument.
That's what we're trying to understand.
I promise you it was no argument. I won't, I was 16, I'm be arguing with a grown lady for.
And we don't think that's the case, but we got to hear that. We got to know. I mean, just saying you went and touched her, I mean, that's not going to work.
I mean, but I seen her move the shoved trying to see what was going on, but she looked like out of it, so I just like left.
Well, we're interested about your interaction with her before she was in that position, because you had some interaction with her.
I probably did have some interaction
on
with her.
On that day.
On that day.
That's right. Before she was injured, you were having some interaction with her, and we're trying to figure out what that was. Was it because y'all were arguing? Maybe you weren't. Maybe nothing was going on, but you was hanging out. Maybe she got accusatory towards you. Maybe she attacked you. I don't know. No. But that's what we need to understand from you.
No, it wasn't. I'm trying to see. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I know I was fighting. I don't know if that's the same day, though. I don't know if she's the one who helped me and, got me, all patched up, gave me the stuff, but it definitely wasn't no arguing with me and no lady, though, because I really barely knew her. I mean, I don't even know her now. But I know the lady who gave me all that stuff, but she stayed in the complex and stuff. She wiped blood and stuff off me. And,
Abdus, we're past that. Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. I mean,
well, I understand.
That's the only reaction I had with a lady in the
I understand something like that might have happened. Okay.
But not during that time.
But that's right. And then what we've got from the apartment there doesn't support somebody rendering aid to somebody. It doesn't support somebody trying to help somebody. It doesn't support somebody maybe sitting in a chair and leaving something there. That's not what it supports. Okay. It supports some kind of altercation, confrontation, some type of argument. I don't know. Something happened, and we know it was between you, and we know it was her. And so we need to understand, was it something where you went over there with the intent of hurting her? No, or is it something where something got out of control?
I didn't do nothing. That's what I'm trying to say. I just seen it and I told my cousin that's about it. Because, I feel like that's trying to make it seem like I actually did it, but I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill her and her husband.
Again, you're not. Are you a big bad killer that's out trying to serial killer or something like that we don't know about? I mean, but that's what it appears, and we're trying to give you an opportunity to tell us what happened. Okay. And I feel like you want to. I didn't do nothing though.
I didn't do nothing. I only told my cousin what happened. That's it. Y'all make me feel like I'm a victim, like I'm a suspect now.
We are looking at you.
See, no, I didn't do it, man. I just because I'm telling you what happened, and it seems like y'all don't believe me, so.
Now, I want to believe you, but the evidence shows that that's not true, and I think because you just don't want to tell us. I mean, I that's what I think.
I told y'all.
No, there's more, and you know what happened between y'all. And the DNA that we have, there's no two ways about it, that you were in a struggle with her. And maybe you were attacked. I want to believe that, because getting to know you and seeing you, man, you're a good person. I want to believe that. But you're not telling me that. And so
that's by who?
By her, maybe. I don't know.
Oh.
Or maybe there was somebody else there.
You go to help, just to take out the garbage. Maybe she attacked you and you had to defend yourself and it was just an accident. Because you hadn't went on and hurt anybody else. That's not the person you are, Abdus. Something bad happened that day, and I believe it may have been an accident.
Okay, but but nothing that happened with me was her doing that.
It did. Your DNA's there to show it did. And that's why I'm trying to tell you, look, you're not a bad person. You didn't go over to hurt nobody. I don't believe that. So
I didn't even
understand what
I'm
happened.
gonna help you with something. Well, I just told you everything I know.
You do know. You
Yeah,
do know.
you
You know
know.
what happened.
I don't know what happened.
We're trying to help you, give you an opportunity.
For what? You're saying I'm under arrest?
No, you're not
You're not under arrest.
Oh,
That's why you're not under arrest, because we want to hear what you got to say. We want to
That's what
give you
happened,
an
though.
opportunity.
You want
Well,
to-
was it an accident?
I don't want to make nothing up.
No, I don't want you to make nothing up. Tell us the truth.
I mean, that's the truth. I didn't have nothing to do with this lady dying.
Because I can see you trying to hustle a little bit, make some money, help yourself, help your family.
I didn't
And
have
maybe you
family.
go over there.
I didn't have my sister.
Well, you had your
I was
sister, that's family.
16, yeah, but I was 16.
But you're a kid, so but
my
you're trying.
motive to even kill her and whoever else was there was not even. I really don't. Like, I'm really getting all confused about, because the questions coming
Well, I
and
don't want you to get
y'all
confused.
trying to give me memorize stuff that
No.
I'm trying to.
That's why we're trying to give you some of the benefit of the doubt, because one, you were 16, okay, and two, you didn't have a motive. That's why we're thinking this is something accidental, okay. This is something that just got out of hand. It's got a little bit overboard.
Okay.
People that are young, the front of their brain has not fully formed yet. They make rash decisions, and a lot of times they do stuff at split second. Whereas now you're a little older, you wouldn't think about it. You wouldn't make some of the same decisions at 33 that you make when you're 16. It's because your brain's formed.
Yeah, you're right.
And that's the same
But
thing here.
I know I didn't murder nobody though.
Well,
Like, I didn't even get in no fight. Only fight I got into was some guy and me talking about his girl and him and all that stuff.
Let's get past that, because you were there and something
I was
happened.
there, but
so
I
what
wasn't-
I'm thinking is, like you said, you trying to do something good. You trying to go over there to help somebody take the trash out. You see the door
I
open,
said
you
that she
go
needs
in
some
there,
help.
and maybe you there to help somebody. Maybe she attacks you, and you got to defend yourself, and it just happened so quick. I mean, you see what I'm saying? If that's the case, you need to tell us that.
I mean, that's not.
This
the
is
case.
your opportunity.
That's not the case, because I never like.
So
got
you
involved.
viciously murdered her for no reason?
I didn't murder nobody.
Well, but I'm trying to ask you. I'm
You-
trying to figure out
you
what
said
happened.
I murdered somebody, but then that means you said I didn't murder
I
nobody.
asked you if you did.
No, you said you viciously, like you
Yeah.
already
So
made a
is
statement.
that what happened, or was it an accident?
I didn't
Because we
do-
know you were there. We know there was
Okay,
a confrontation.
Because I was there, but it wasn't a confrontation with me. I mean, I don't know what happened before she was already like in that situation. But I know afterwards, I came, I seen, I tried to move, chief, budging, but I ran out, like ran out. Told them, and you lying, you know what I'm saying? But the cops came the next day, and I thought he took, he told them or something happened, whatever. But I was about to call, but shit, I was just tuned up. I told them because he was older. I figured he could deal with it better than I would, because I wouldn't know what to tell him. I thought they was gonna arrest me and stuff, So I ain't, I know it wasn't me though. I mean, if my DNA was in her house or whatever, but but trying to help.
Abdus, you've been waiting on this day for 15 years.
I wasn't waiting because I figured y'all caught. That they said that I seen it on
Abdus,
the news.
you've been waiting on this day for
Why you-
15 years. You can't, something like that can't happen, and you think that, man, that I'm done with it. That's behind me. That's part of my past. That's part of my childhood, my youth.
Seeing that, yeah, it was, and all the other stuff that happened.
But
It was because when I seen on news that the case was, but they said that they got the guy for murdering a lady, but I figured that was that, I didn't know if that same lady until then.
Abdus, we're here talking to you. Okay. We're not talking to somebody else or something you might have seen on the news.
Okay.
Right. But we're here talking to you about her.
Okay, I'm just saying.
And we're trying to figure out exactly what it was that set this ball in motion.
That's what I told you.
You told us part of it, but you hadn't told us all of it.
That was
And especially the fact that we've got seeing someone that looks
like me. in the
just
neighborhood.
like you. No, not in the neighborhood. Coming out of her apartment at nighttime.
Who?
Okay.
I ain't got no. I mean, I wasn't.
This is a neighbor. Okay. So we
That
got
could be
that.
Anybody though. Well, why would it be me?
But the problem is, you say it could have been anybody. But the problem is anybody else didn't go in there and find her. Anybody else ain't seen her.
I know, but that's
Anybody
why
else's,
police,
hold on a minute. Anybody else's DNA ain't all over her bedroom. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it can't be anybody else. We're talking to the right guy. We want to know what happened. We want to know what went
I had
on.
the field with a cougar in Athens, and I don't know if it was that same person, but I did help her. I started off helping her, but it wasn't, but I damn sure didn't go in there fighting and murder nobody, though.
Did she attack you then? That's what I'm just trying to understand.
No. If I said I had an affair with somebody, a cougar, and it was a white lady, but I don't think it was her, though. I mean, it might have been, but that was long ago. But I never got attacked by nobody in the apartment. That's what I'm trying to say. And I never walked in and killed nobody viciously. Like, that'd be insane. I know, what I'm saying, because I didn't say I seen her, but I
You
told
look at the picture again to see if that's the woman you were sleeping with. If that's the one, is that the cougar you talking about? Would that help?
It probably was. I mean, I don't know. Because I barely recognized the guy until you said, until he mentioned something, and I remember seeing him on news. I don't know if that was her husband or boyfriend or what. I don't know nothing. I just know, when I did have an affair, it wasn't like an everyday thing. It was like,
Was it her?
I'm not sure. It probably was. But I damn sure didn't murder nobody, though. She was a pretty young lady, though.
You know that if you was defending yourself, it ain't murder, right? Did you know that? Did you know you're entitled to defend yourself in the state of Georgia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially if somebody break in your house.
That's right. Well, or you don't even have to be in a house. You can be on the sidewalk or the street out there. If somebody attacks you, you got the right to defend yourself.
Okay, but I didn't.
Well, I mean, I guess I didn't want you to be hung up on if I did anything, it was illegal, because that ain't necessarily the case. Okay? Because if somebody's defending themselves,
Can I get some water?
we'll go find some.
So, I can't go to work. Am I going to be able to go to work? I'm under arrest.
Today? No, you're not under arrest.
Okay.
No, we're just here talking. That's it.
Okay, because I really.
I mean, if we was going to put you under arrest, we would have come here with an arrest warrant. Literally. It's like what we said.
Like I'm being honest with you. I had sex with a cougar. I don't know if it was her or not. It was several occasions, but at that time the cougar did get like grippy, but we never fought or nothing. Like how girls hold on to you when you real tight, but it wasn't like.
So are you saying that might be why some of your DNA might be under her fingernails?
I gotta see the picture again because I don't know if that was her. I don't even remember.
Well, now this picture's a driver's license picture. So keep that in mind, because you look at some people's driver's license picture, it ain't quite it's just a little different.
I don't know. It might have been her though, but I'm not sure. I remember it was 16. I don't remember I know it was two women I was having sex with on Broadway. But I damn sure. I remember seeing his picture on news though. It might have been her though.
Well, that's what we're trying. I mean, that's what we're trying to figure
That's
out.
probably why my DNA was in the apartment. But it was a lady I did help.
Well, not only in the apartment, but on her.
Yeah.
That's part of it too. You know what I'm saying?
And I told Len, but I didn't tell him. I didn't want to tell him exactly, the details of, who the person was. But if I did, but it was, I did tell him though, and he didn't believe me.
Rob's gonna bring you up.
Okay. But I damn sure didn't do it though.
But I'd like to move past that about you not doing it. Okay. I would like to understand what happened.
Apartment. That's what I told you.
That's what I would.
Sometimes the door would be open. I would knock and walk in. A lady would say, "Come in." I don't know, but that don't look like her. I mean, it might be her, but there's a lot of people I dealt with, man.
Well, this is the lady that was in the apartment that you saw. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not it's a lady you was having sex with or not.
It looked,
that I don't know.
It looked familiar, but she looked pretty, but she was young. That's how.
But regardless of all that, okay. Maybe that was the reason why you was in the apartment. Now that could be a possibility.
I seen her laying down.
Well, I mean, maybe you was in the apartment having some sex, and maybe something didn't go the way it was supposed to go.
No. It never.
I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there. The only people that was there was you and her.
No, it wasn't like that at all.
I mean, could it have been something different than that?
No.
Okay.
Was, like.
I mean, because if I'm saying something and I'm wrong, correct me.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay.
It was a lot. I mean,
Thank you, sir.
that was that. That's it. It was just, I seen her and I got nervous. Her didn't even look the same no more. That was it. Man, my mouth was dry.
Take you another drink if you need to. A little thirsty myself.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, but that was it. I mean, if y'all need me, let my app, tell my sister, call whatever. But I ain't got my.
Yeah, we'll probably need that because we're gonna need to talk to them.
I don't got a number on me.
But I don't want to get too far away from where we're at. Okay. I mean, I want to stay focused on you being in the apartment and what might have been going on in that apartment because we know something was
16,
going on.
But I know that was it, helping. That was like the second affair I had in West College Street apartment though.
But we also got the problem with you being seen leaving that apartment
at night.
At nighttime.
I don't know. I probably did leave an apartment that night, but I don't think it was that same day, or if it was.
Would it have been a couple of days prior to?
I don't know. You asked me questions like.
Well, if I'm going too fast, tell me. Hold on a minute. Let me think about.
Questions that I probably just don't even remember no more. I don't want to just lie and say something.
Well, we don't want you to lie. We want you. Yeah, we want you to be totally honest with us. Okay. Because we're not looking to hang anything on anybody. We're not looking to pin anything on anybody. We're following where the evidence goes, and the evidence has taken us to you. That's right.
I probably did have an affair with her, man, but I know I didn't murder nobody though.
And again, defending yourself ain't murder.
I know.
I mean, do you know that, or do you think I'm just saying that?
I know that.
Okay. All right. As long as you know that.
Because
Because some people don't believe that. Some people think you kill somebody, then that's a crime.
Yeah, because I've seen people who defend themselves, they still go to jail and stuff, though.
Well, it depends on the circumstances.
Yeah.
Okay? Because every circumstance is different. And I guarantee you this circumstance is different, too. There's something that was going on that we're trying to understand. But the only person that can help us understand that is you.
I know, but I told you everything I honestly told you everything that I know,
Except the part about how she ended up dead.
I don't know how that part happened.
I think you know.
I don't know who was in her apartment before I was. I don't know if she had, I don't know if that's the same lady or not, but I know a few, people, talking about a cougar, but I don't know if, that was her or not. But she really don't look, she looked like her, but I can't paint the picture.
I mean, we ain't worried about the cougar part of it. I mean, because if you were having sex with her, okay. If you weren't having sex with her, that's okay too. We understand that maybe you were having sex with some women out there at Broad Street, and there ain't no crime against that.
I mean, it could have been her.
We're trying to.
I don't even remember. I know, like I told him earlier, there's girls in high school had sex with. I don't even know their name. I don't even know how they look now. Somebody showed me a picture of them. I won't even remember.
Well, we're trying to figure out how this escalated to the point that she ended up dead.
I mean, that's why.
And we think you can help us with that.
I'll help you as much as I could. That's what I just told you. But
well, if you being honest about that,
yeah,
well, if you saying you're gonna help us as much as you can,
yeah,
and you're gonna be honest about it, then my next question is tell me how it happened.
So you really think I did it?
I do. Now, whether or not you intentionally did it, I don't think that's the case. Because of the physical evidence we got. Physical evidence says that you were in that bedroom. Physical evidence says you were in some kind of altercation
I wasn't in the altercation with her. If I was in the bedroom, it probably was a girl I was having an affair with, but I never was in an altercation with no female.
That's what we're trying to figure out. We just don't understand that part of it. Okay. And I don't think it's no secret because it brought us to you.
Yeah, but I didn't murder.
So that's what we're trying to figure out. Was somebody else there with you?
I mean, nobody was there.
Okay. And the reason why I asked that, because we got your DNA and we got her body. All right.
Okay, but what?
And we got DNA in places that support her being in some type of altercation with somebody. And that DNA we got matches you.
Why would it be me though?
Because it's your DNA. I don't know if you had sex with her or not. If you did have sex with her and that got out of control.
But you see, keep saying out of control, like I didn't.
Well, when I say out of control, I say that because I don't think you're someone that goes out here and kills somebody just to be killing somebody, or goes out here and harms somebody just to be harming somebody, or goes out here and even gets in an argument with somebody just to get in an argument with somebody. You don't strike me as that type of person. So when I say that, that's what I'm talking about. Not that you went over there to do that, just that something happened, and the end result is her being on the floor, deceased. Okay?
I didn't do nothing. I really didn't. And I'm trying to see what you want me to say.
I want you to be honest with us, and I think if you be honest with us, you're gonna tell us exactly what happened, and what happened is gonna be how she ended up dead.
I didn't kill no lady in an apartment complex. That's my honest. I did it. I promise you I did. Am I under arrest?
I already told you you're not under arrest. If you was under arrest, we would have come here and locked you up. Okay? It's like what we said. We want your side of it. Okay?
I'm telling you, but you telling me you believe I did it, so now I feel like I need to go.
Can you see why we feel that way?
I can see why you feel that way. But
so it's not unreasonable for us to be saying that.
If I told you what I did, but I know I should have probably came and told the police, but I was.
Is it fair to say that when the police talk to people, they lie?
Yeah, they try to make you confess to certain stuff, but okay. I think. But
well, I guess what I'm saying is you can understand where we got all this physical evidence that's brought us to you. When we first talk about it.
But that can mean anything, though. I probably had sex with her a day before, but I don't know if that's the same person, though. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand.
And I understand that, but then we got other issues, though, other than this physical evidence. We got a witness that sees you coming out of her house at nighttime.
Well, honestly,
that by itself don't mean anything.
That by itself really don't mean nothing.
But when you put it with everything else, we got another issue.
But it still don't mean nothing. Cause I could have had a relationship with this lady, which I'm thinking it probably is or probably not. But why would I be in a struggle? What evidence would show that she was in a struggle with me though? I ain't got. Did she cut me? Did she scratch me? Like.
That's what we want to understand.
That's you.
And maybe she didn't cut you, but maybe you accidentally got cut somehow.
Or maybe she cut you. Maybe you defended yourself.
That's
why we want to
situation that happened where somebody scratched my back because when we were doing it, that's about it. I was bleeding a little bit, but that's not no cut or no major situation though. Cause I had my other baby mama when we was fucking, she scratched the heck out my back, and I was bleeding, but that wasn't a situation.
So you saying your blood might have been from having sex with her, but you ain't sure that's the woman you was having sex with?
Yeah, honestly, but because it's been a long time. That coming to me like 20 years, 17 years later.
That's right.
And I really, I'm like mind boggled because I thought all this was like solved because I seen that guy face right here on the news saying that he was the murder for a lady in West Central. If that's the same lady, then I'm trying to figure out why I'm, besides me not telling.
Arrested. Let me just tell you that no one's ever been arrested on this. This has been an unsolved case until they took your DNA. And we knew from the physical evidence that whoever, because we're just trying to be honest with you, okay? We knew for a fact that we've had this profile on record for the last 15 years, okay? Mm-hmm. And we knew that if we ever got a DNA hit through CODIS, which is the national database, that's going to lead to the person responsible for. Now, was it an accident? I don't know. Wasn't there? Okay? Was it self-defense? I don't know. I wasn't there. Was it a cold-blooded murderer?
It wasn't.
I don't know. I wasn't there,
that.
but let me tell you what I do. I am here, and I'm meeting you, and I think I do believe you want to tell us what happened, and I don't believe you're a cold-blooded murderer, but
I know, but I told y'all what happened though. Why y'all? I mean, cause the DNA. I mean, I probably did fuck her, but I mean, or she probably did scratch me while we was fucking, cause I did, was fucking somebody, and I got like, she had some sharp nails, but I don't believe that was her though, and that's, my DNA came up because of that. It probably was her, but I don't remember though.
You would remember
I
a
didn't know I was
confrontation where you're in a fight for your life or not. You would remember that.
Yeah, I remember, like I told you, when the dude tried to throw me over the cliff.
So it wasn't self-defense, is that what you telling me?
I'm telling you that it wasn't no self-defense about it. I mean, I didn't murder her. It wasn't self-defense. I didn't have to. It wasn't. I wasn't in no altercation with her or whoever else was. I know it was nobody else, but I wasn't in no altercation with her though, or her husband or whatever, or that dude that y'all seen. Even though he probably he wasn't there, but I never fought him or did none of that. I didn't even know him. They didn't even see him until I seen the news. But he do look familiar though. Seen him a few times, but he looked familiar. I don't know, but he probably be somebody else. Everybody look the same. But I mean, it wasn't me though.
So let me just so I'm right. I just want to correct on this. You saying you may or may have not known her. You may or may not have taken the garbage out.
I probably did know her, but I just don't remember though. I don't want to give answer. Y'all jotted down like when you told this.
But we want to hear what you got to say. You
I know I had sex
you did
with-
see her dead.
Yeah.
We're through with that. You saw her body.
It was the same lady though.
Hmm?
It was the same lady I had sex with though.
So
I remember telling
so
them.
the
I didn't want
body
to tell
that you
him.
saw.
I didn't want to tell him I had sex with her, and he think I probably had something to do with it.
Mhm.
But I do remember not wanting to tell him that part. But if that's the same person, that deceased, that I know that the body I saw was in there, and I touched her, and that's the same person I was having. That's why I was comfortable enough to walk in the house when I seen the crack. But I wasn't sure if the husband or whoever.
How long had y'all been having sex?
Like a couple of occasions, but it wasn't like violent sex where I'm defending myself though. Nothing weird. That's why I said she looked familiar. She was real, she real. She always came outside while we was like at the pool area, you know what I'm saying? But I was
Is that how you met her?
No, that's how I met her. But I don't know if she's the same person who helped wipe the blood off, but that it could have been her though, cause they don't even look alike. That's how I met her though, at the swimming pool.
You know how long before you met her when you found her dead? A month, 2 months, 6 months ago?
See, that part I don't remember.
You don't remember? Okay, I believe you.
How long after you met her till y'all started having sex?
She was real aggressive. But
So
not
like same
violent,
day?
Aggressive.
No, I'm talking about time frame. I mean, did you
It
have
was
to
like-
build up a relationship? Would you have to?
Probably like the second time I seen her, I took the trash out one time because I was, took the trash and stuff out, and she always when she seen me, she'd ask me to help her do stuff, but that's about it. But that's why when you said my DNA being in play, I'm like,
She real.
Take you for sex?
no, but
Was she real flirty because the pool's right there?
she real flirty. Some few guys over there that I remember, them talking, saying that they had affair with her, but it was some white guys though, older than me though. They was just talking, looking. But I damn sure can do it.
So you said she's a little aggressive having sex.
Yeah, like when I said pinching and scratch and stuff like that, but it wasn't just no cutting or bruising nobody, whipping stuff like that.
Do you remember who the lady was that might have helped you when you was
I don't remember.
bruised up?
I don't remember. It was a black nerdy dude that we got into an altercation. He had long arms. He looked like Silverback if you ask me. Tried to throw me off the cliff.
But you don't think it was her? You think any DNA we got
No,
her?
I
is
don't
gonna
think
be
it was
from-
her, but I don't think it was her though. At all. But You know what time it is?
Let's see here. 11 o'clock.
Damn. How you gonna? Okay, how much longer?
Well, you know, what I'd say as long as it takes, but you know, it's up to you, but I really wanted to give you this opportunity, and man,
I'm just ready to go.
understand
If I'm
what
under
you're saying,
arrest, I mean, if I'm not, I mean, I didn't do nothing. You know, I mean, I want to go to work. Cause I didn't, or if I gotta get a lawyer, let me know.
That's up to you.
Yeah, you only need a lawyer if you done something wrong.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, you saying I did something wrong.
We believe you did.
Okay, so I mean, y'all know
We do have a.
y'all got an address for me, right? Y'all got my address.
Yeah. One thing we do need to do is we got a search warrant for your DNA. Okay. So we're gonna execute that.
He got that.
Okay. Well, we're gonna get another one because that way we can confirm it. That way we want to make sure there ain't no mistake. Because you telling us all this.
I know y'all won't come all the way down here if it was a mistake, though.
Well, I mean, we don't believe it's a mistake, but we still want to be thorough.
I'm telling you all this, but I mean, I would expect y'all to do your job.
That's right. I think everybody wants to do our job. You know.
I just don't want to be accused of something that, you know. I mean, if
Well,
the DNA,
if it was
DNA.
something different, that's what I'm saying. If it was something different, that's why we're trying to just give you every chance, you know. I just want to make sure we gave you that opportunity, because I don't want to cheat you, you know what I'm saying? If it was something different, that's all.
Do I gotta get a lawyer first before all this?
Before what?
You're not under arrest.
Oh, okay, no.
I mean, that's up to you. I mean, you have the right to talk to the lawyer about anything you want. That's up to you.
So I got the right to do this?
Oh, no. This search warrant is signed by a judge. You got to give us this.
Y'all got my DNA from him?
Mm-hmm.
Tangible evidence, commission of crime, set forth. You got a paper?
Oh, that's your copy right
Yeah,
there.
you're taking that with you.
Or you can throw it away if you want to. That's up to you. But it's your copy. So.
Just because my DNA was there, y'all saying it was me.
So what we got?
Along with everything else that we're
Yeah.
looking at.
Beautiful squad, fingerprint for it. Oh, that's for probation. Yeah. Yeah, I've never been murdered. I seen murders. You know, I wasn't always one to snitch and tell.
I thought you told us you ain't never seen a dead body before.
I said I see murder, but prior to that, after that happened.
This is what I want you to do right here. You ever done this before?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, I don't know how they got your DNA the first time. That's right. Take it in there and swab it and rotate it around.
Yeah, press your cheek out good. There you go.
That's good.
Do the other side of that.
It's not gonna get me in trouble with my probation officer, is it? Cause I damn sure didn't. I never thought about this. I thought all this was done and over with. I never think it would come back to question me about it. Hit me for murder. Wow.
Now, so here, let me explain what's going to happen with that. We're going to take that over to the GBI crime lab, okay? And
If y'all say I got my DNA already, then it's
let me explain how this works. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. So we had a hit from a DNA swab that your probation officer took that matches the killer's DNA. Okay?
Killer, but I'm not the killer.
Okay. Well,
So y'all
DNA from the
assuming
scene.
the
Okay.
DNA from the scene.
so
was the-
what we have to do then is we have to get what we call a controlled swab, which is what he just did. We got a search warrant, we presented our evidence to a judge, they signed the warrant, and now we're taking that so they can do a confirmation to confirm that that's the DNA that was sent in, and yes, that's what matches what's at our scene, okay?
But we know that's
From
going to
there-
match.
Yeah, and then from there, we'll look at it again. And between now and then, now, if you got something you need to say to us, we'll make sure you have our card.
Yeah, that's all right. Leave your car, but you know, I
Just understand that the clock is ticking now.
I know.
And you ever heard that saying, the early bird gets the worm?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, you got to be honest with us and tell us what happened over there.
I'm telling you, if I had sex with
And I
her,
think we
that's
try
the
to
only
show
reason
you
why my DNA
respect
would
and
be.
stuff, and well, it may be more than that. There's more than that. You know what it is.
Why you telling me I don't know what it is?
Because the evidence, because like I told you, we ain't just randomly picking somebody. We're following the evidence, and the evidence has led us to you. Okay. I mean, we got your DNA.
You got somebody.
We got somebody that we got a drawing that was made in 2002 by a GBI sketch artist from a witness. And that now that I've looked at you, and I take a couple of years off of you, looks just like you. I wish I'd have brought it with me so I'd show it to you. It looks just like you. So
that could have been anything though, but it wasn't.
That would be anything if it's by itself. But with everything else, I mean that's why we're here talking to you. Okay.
Was the person okay?
I just want to make sure we leave here today. We're giving you every opportunity.
Yeah, I don't want you to.
About.
That's right. Don't say we didn't.
I understand, but you already believe I did it. But I understand. So I know what.
We respect you,
He
man.
said it. I know, but he said it. He already said it. But I didn't do it.
But you know why we believe that? Because the evidence. No, it's not just the DNA. The evidence says you did it.
The witness. The evidence.
What we want to know is how it happened and why. Okay. Because I can tell you. Let me tell you this. I've been working homicides for about 10 years now. And I have interviewed a lot of people that have killed people, all right? Now, some of them go to jail, all right, and they're charged with murder. Some of them explain why they did what they did. Now, I'm not telling you this to try to tell us something that's not true, because I want you to do nothing but be totally honest. But I can tell you if there's a reason. People make decisions. Some of the decisions are good, some of the decisions are bad. That doesn't, just because it's a bad decision, it don't make you a bad person. Things is all about circumstances, and that makes a decision, and that can affect what the decision is that's being made. There's no doubt that we believe you done this. We want to know why. Okay? Was it an argument? Was it a surprise? Were you defending yourself? Was there somebody else there and you happened to be there? Either way, we know that you were there when it happened.
How would somebody else be there when y'all telling me?
We wasn't there.
Was on the bed and stuff?
What we're telling you is the evidence shows us that you were there when she was killed.
I wasn't there when she.
I'm just telling you what it says.
I seen her, but I wasn't actually there when, everything, whatever happened.
And we just all we want to do is understand.
And give you the opportunity.
Okay. I understand y'all doing your job.
And then based off what you tell us, is what is it? Is it an accident? Is it self-defense? Is it murder? Is it, you know what I'm saying?
I had to defend myself from nobody.
No. I'm just telling you what we're trying to do.
Anybody can be put in that position. Anybody can be put in a position to have to defend themselves at any time. You can go to McDonald's over here and get into something and have to defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? That ain't got nothing to do with your character. I mean, sometimes trouble just finds folks.
Yeah. Like this probation book, I'm over on that.
What was this, 2910, 5910? Where's that warrant I gave you? Let me take a look at that again. It's got the address on it.
It's 59.
5910, 2910.
On the road.
All right. Yeah, this is just a copy to go with the warrant. You can keep it and throw it in the trash, do whatever you want to with it. It's just your copy. Okay?
What does it say?
It just says one. Oh, sorry, I didn't bear down quite hard enough. It's what they call buckle swabs.
Okay.
Okay.
I can't see.
It's a property and evidence sheet. So what that's saying is we took one buckle swabs, a set of buckle swabs from you.
That's what we got in reference to that. There you go. Darken this date up a little bit.
Yeah. I should have called it counterfeit, huh?
All right, let me get a little information from you in case we need to get back in touch with you, okay? That's
sir.
Abdus.
We'll get the probation officer. He's gonna walk you back, okay?
Yeah, and get you. He's got to get his phone too.
Yeah.
Abdus
678. Abdus Salaam.
S-A.
Muhammad.
How you spell Salam for me?
S-A-A-M. No, you had it right the first time.
Oh, S-A-L.
S-A-L-A-M.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Okay. And is it LaRoche?
Yeah, LaRoche.
What's a good address for you, Abdus?
1561 Rupert Road.
Rupert.
Yeah, Decatur, Georgia.
R-U-P-E-R-T.
30032.
And your birthday?
3/20/1984. I thought y'all know all that.
That's on the warrant, but it's
Oh, man.
it's just easier for me to write down at one spot. Good telephone number for you?
678-598-7389.
7389.
You said you got it on the warrant?
Yeah, that's your name and
Oh,
birthday and all
okay.
that. Is that your cell phone or home number?
Cell phone.
Okay, you got a home number?
Yeah, my mom got a home number. No, it's 44-588-1202.
Okay. You got any questions for me? Okay. I'm gonna give you my card so you know how to get in touch with me. And then that way if you got something you wanna
Say, y'all ready?
share with us, or
So this like,
if you just call up and say, hey, where we at on this? You know what I'm talking about? If you just wondering, hey, are they gonna take an arrest warrant for me? What's going on? If you got a question, call me. Okay. I ain't got no problem being honest with you. Like I said, I've been
I
doing
need to get a lawyer because y'all believe I did it because my DNA. And
that.
evidence.
A lawyer is up to you. Okay.
don't
Some
think I
people
gotta
feel they need to get a lawyer.
I don't think I got to get a lawyer because I mean.
That's what I'm saying.
you
Some
said the
people.
evidence leave to me, but and then in that case, if something do happen, if I don't have a lawyer, I won't know how to defend myself or do nothing. So.
That's my number and that's my extension right there, 556.
Okay.
Okay, that's how to get in touch. Call me if you got any questions or concerns. I'll be straight up with you. Okay.
Okay.
This is the first time I've met you.
Okay.
All right, and
Nice
this,
to meet you.
yeah. I think you were a different person back then. I really do. Okay. I mean, because I know some of the stuff I did when I was 16, just stupid. Now, I mean, nothing as significant as what I think you did. Okay. But I mean, we all make mistakes. We all make decisions. Sometimes we just have to live with the decisions we made, even if it takes them 15 years to come find us, you know. Because I'm sure we all got skeletons in our closet at some point that might come hunt us down. So,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm trying not to bring those skeletons up.
That's right.
I like being molested. I'm not talking about murder, though.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know, not making light of your situation and you know, whatever was going on then, that would be kind of an understanding why something like this might happen. Not saying it is, but I mean, you know, sometimes when people have got, not saying messed up in the head, but I mean, they're getting mixed signals, and you know, and people are doing things like that. I mean, sometimes that might push them into doing something. Maybe that would explain why a bad decision is made by a good person. That's what I'm saying.
I understand.
Okay.
All right, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Laroche, how are you, sir? How you going? Good to see you.
Better take the bag.
Okay. You doing all right?
Hey, Mom, you doing
How
okay?
you doing?
Good. We just want to talk to you again. Appreciate you taking a moment and speaking with us. It's kind of like last time. You're not under arrest or anything like
All right.
that. Okay. We just want to kind of clarify a few things. I know last time we talked in length. I think we talked probably about a couple of hours, and you kind of, you know, we were inquiring about, you know, exactly your involvement and, you know, that's right, how you came in contact with her and stuff like that. And so that's some stuff we want to kind of clarify on that. Since, you know, we talked to you last time, you know, we've talked to your dad, we've talked to your cousin, talked to your sister, talked to some other individuals. And so, you know, they've kind of told us some stuff that they knew or some stuff that they didn't know that might have came out, you know, when we talked before. And then maybe some stuff that y'all might have talked about on the phone. I think at one point they might have We might have talked to you while you and Lynn were talking or something. And so, you know, that's kind of what we want to do today, is just kind of clarify some of that stuff, okay? So basically, tell us again, you know, you was telling us how you knew or came into contact with the lady. Her name's Pamela Crisler.
Well, like I said, it was a while back, and it's like the same way. Like we met. Well, I didn't meet her, but you know, but it was like at a pool area I know, and we all used to swim, play ball. But you know, what I'm saying, but I was going at the same time. Like I said, back then I was going, you know, trying to make a little extra money, trying to, you know, do little stuff for people. But and I met her like around that time, and then I seen her a couple times at the pool and all the other stuff. Helped out. That's it.
Okay. Now you said you kind of refer to the we met her at the pool. Who is we?
No, I'm saying me, and you know, like I met her because you know a couple guys around there that probably a little older than me. You know, Caucasian guys. They were talking about an older lady who be, you know, messing around, but they never give, you know, they ain't really giving no name or nothing. I just, you know, kind of like pointed out.
Yeah.
You know.
Is there anybody else during that time frame that you might have hung out with, might have lived with, or been in that area when you and Miss Crisler, you know, when y'all met at the pool, that can confirm that, you know, you and Miss Crisler knew each other? That, you know, I could go talk
really
to?
Going around everybody's houses. I mean, I don't think nobody could confirm that. Now that I remember.
Okay. And when you say you met her at the pool, how do meet her? How do y'all know each other?
No, I met through like just, I told you, like taking the trash out and, you know, get the, you know, talking. But I don't know exactly how it all happened, but, you know, one thing led to another, and, you know, she asked, you know, like I think she asked for help, and I came over and she asked for, you know, that one little drink, water, and that's about it. I think so. But other than that, I really don't remember all the details though.
Okay.
But it was that, you know, so long ago.
So just for clarity, did you know her, or
I didn't know her
did
personally,
you
like,
just take trash out for her?
I didn't know her personally, like her personal life, what she was doing, or none of that.
Did you have a personal relationship with her?
It was, we had a sexual relationship, you know.
Well, I would say that would be a personal
Yeah.
relationship, having sex.
I won't say personal because I think, from what I heard, people was going over there, like a lot of, you know, individuals going over there every now and then.
Did you see individuals going over there, or is
No,
that just
I
something you heard?
didn't.
Okay. So you met her at the pool?
I met her like, I seen her at the pool, but I met her at the house when we was on.
All right, so you met her at the apartment when you was taking trash
we was
out.
going, you know, like I told you back then, I was going door to door trying to see who needed, you know, stuff done.
Okay, and that's how you met her.
That's how I met her.
Okay.
I didn't met her, you know, no.
And I think when you was telling us before, you would take trash out or other items out.
Yeah, trash, if they need something heavy lifted, like mattress, bed, whatever.
Okay. And I think you told us about a vacuum cleaner that you took out of her apartment.
A vacuum cleaner at one point, yeah.
What kind of vacuum cleaner was that?
I knew it was big, but I don't remember what kind it was.
Okay, I've got a picture of a vacuum cleaner right here that I talked to.
I don't remember. I don't know. I don't think that was it.
Okay. But was it big like that? Is that?
It was big. I think it was a little bigger, more old school, but it wasn't like that. Though. It was like an older, bigger vacuum.
Okay. So you're saying it's not like this one, or you don't remember?
It's not like that. I don't think it was like that. It was like with them old school. I don't remember none of the glass or nothing on top of it.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking more along the lines of, you know, how it's kind of sits on 4 wheels, and it's one of those that's got some hoses that attach right here, and you can move.
Yeah, it's
it.
an old school vacuum. Like
Kind of like that?
Yeah, it's one of
Okay.
those old school
But you can't say whether this is it or not. Okay. The one you took out of there, the vacuum cleaner, do you remember what you done with that?
I took it to the outside to the trash.
So you threw it away?
Yeah.
Okay. And I think at one time you was telling us about outside of the relationship that you had with her, where you met her at the pool. How long was that relationship going on?
Like every now and then she'll let me come over to take out trash, and then I like 2 or 3 different incidents. It was I don't remember how many times
Okay.
we did it, but I know it was pretty exciting, but I don't remember how many times.
Okay. And then and as far as how long, I know you said 2 or 3 times. Are we talking about 2 or 3 times in a week, 2 or 3 times in a month, 2 or 3 times in 2 months, 3 months? I mean, did you know her a long time?
I didn't know her a long time. I told her I knew her for like, I don't even think I knew her for like 3 months. But I don't think I really don't remember. But I know I ain't know her a long time though.
Okay. And I know you referenced 3 months. Is that just a number you threw out there, or do you think it could be?
It could be, because I don't think I was even in Athens for 3 months. Because I know, I don't know how I wound up moving, but I know my sister-in-law was moving, so I couldn't stay there.
Okay. And then we were talking again last time. You were telling us about when you discovered or when you saw Miss Crisler laying on the floor.
Said something, but I was just, I was just nervous. I didn't know what to do.
Okay. Well, we're past that. So, at this point, we're just trying to clarify a few things. So tell us again how it was that you came across finding Miss Crisler.
Because I came to see, well, it was like, I walked in the door was already open, like cracked open a little bit.
And which door was this that you went in?
It was the front door.
Okay.
And I just, I seen lights on, but when I went to the room, I just seen the body.
And what lights did you see on?
It was like, I think it was the kitchen light.
Okay.
So I figured somebody was home.
Okay. And when you say the door...
Just say, come in, or the door's open.
Okay. So when the door was open, do you mean like standing wide open, like halfway open,
like
just
halfway,
cracked
like,
open, or?
Like
Yeah, you can show us.
Yeah, but not like that. Just close it a little, not like that. It was about like halfway open.
Okay, so just kind of just barely cracked.
Yeah.
Okay. And then so you see the doors cracked open, you see the kitchen lights on, and then is anything else going on? TV playing, radio, anything like that?
No.
Okay. And so I guess you go in at some point. And then what happens when you start going in?
I didn't hear nothing. And I just went to the back. I figured she just left the door open and then locked. But I should have probably just left. Right?
Was she expecting you that day?
I mean, but earlier, I think it was earlier that, I don't know if it was this day or that day, I thought I was going to come stop by, see if she needed anything.
Okay. And how did you tell her that? Did you see her in person? Did you call her on the phone?
I seen her across from the pool. Well, she was sitting out there with no bikini thing on. I remember that. I don't know if it was the same day or the day after. I know it was one of them days though.
Okay. And so you go over, the doors cracked open, and then I guess you go inside, and what do you see, or what happens from there?
I just see her laying down, bleeding,
And where did you see her laying down at?
And I touched to see if she was kept moving, but she didn't. Then I just ran and left.
Okay. And where was she laying down at?
On the floor, I think.
Was it like in the living room, in the kitchen,
No,
in the bedroom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I don't think that apartment was pretty big.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty small apartment. Yeah. And when you saw her, you said she was bleeding. Where was she bleeding from?
I really didn't tell. I really couldn't tell. I just seen blood, and I moved to see if she was alive, and I just ran.
Okay. So there was a lot of blood, I guess?
It was pretty, it was pretty bloody.
Okay. And was she laying was she able to communicate with you, or when you say she was laying there I
tried to say something, but she wasn't doing it, so I just ran. I was really just panicked. I didn't know what to do.
Okay. And then what was she wearing again?
I don't remember. T-shirt, I think. I don't remember.
Okay. You remember the kitchen light on, but you can't remember what she was wearing?
I just remember a lot of blood.
Okay. I think last time you said she was wearing some panties.
Yeah, panties. I think she was wearing panties or a T-shirt.
Okay. And you said she was just laying down. Was she face down? Laying face up?
Face up. So this. That's all I can remember.
Okay.
It was.
Okay. So you could see her. So she was laying face up?
Yeah, face up.
Okay. And could you tell where she was bleeding from, or why she was bleeding?
No, because the room didn't have light on.
Okay.
I don't think the room was light. I just seen a bunch of dark stuff.
Okay. So was it nighttime when you went over there?
It was nighttime when I was over there.
Okay. Do you remember about what time it might have been?
I don't remember. I ain't gonna say I do. I don't remember.
Okay. And I guess when I say that, when I think of nighttime, this happened in August. And so you got to think it probably didn't get dark until 8:30, 9 o'clock.
you know, in the summertime, because it stays light pretty late. And then so you got to think, you know, it's at least after 9, 10 o'clock, something like that, if it's dark in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really don't remember, to be honest with you.
Okay, but you just remember it was dark and nighttime?
Yeah, I just know it was nighttime.
Okay.
To be honest, yeah.
But you don't remember where she was bleeding from?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't know. I really don't remember where she was bleeding from.
Okay.
Or what was the cause of death.
Okay. And you said that you touched her. What was the deal
Like,
with that?
you know, just to see, you know how you just touch somebody to see if they're going to move, wake up?
Okay.
If it was some type of action or something, but none of that happened.
And you remember where you touched her at?
I think on the shoulder, like, you know, just moved her a little bit, try to see, hey, you know.
Okay.
But I didn't, no blood, no nothing.
I got you. And did she respond in any way?
I don't think so.
Okay. And then you said you left out of there?
I really kind of like, yeah,
Okay.
hard out there.
And when you left out, do you remember if you shut the door or not?
I don't remember.
Do you remember if any other doors were open or windows?
I remember I seen the sliding door open, but I didn't, you know, that was about it.
Okay. And when you say open, again, kind of like this door here, you know, you showed that it was just open cracked. Is it
I
the
don't-
same with the
I don't-
sliding door, all the way open, halfway?
I don't remember. I know the sliding door was just like open. Like, I don't know if it was halfway open. I know it was
You just know it was open, just don't remember how much.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you left up out of there. Where did you go from there?
I ran back to the house
Okay.
to where I was staying at.
And then, and where were you staying at then? Who was you staying with?
I'm not sure. Cause I thought I was staying, I think I was staying with my sister cause that's who I guardian over me.
Okay. And your sister and Ahmad stayed together?
At that time, yeah.
And then Liam stayed in another apartment, but the same complex?
Yeah.
So when you left up out of there, you think you went back to your sister's?
Yeah, cause that's where I was staying at.
Okay. And when you got back there, did you tell anybody there?
I thought I did, but them said I did it. But I was like, I thought because he mentioned about the police being there, and I said, oh yeah, I thought I told him, but he said he don't remember me telling him that. It's been so long, he probably don't. I mean, I don't even blame him if he did.
Okay. Well, that's pretty significant. You know, you tell somebody you saw a person
Well, I
that
know I
was
told
deceased.
somebody, but I guess he was like, you know, I tell him.
Okay. And you also said that you told your sister, but we asked her about it, and she didn't remember.
Yeah, because I mean, she said she didn't remember me telling her. So I was like, oh, I knew I told somebody, but I knew I told an adult, somebody, but they
Okay.
probably just don't.
Who do you think you told if you didn't tell Couture or Liam?
I don't know, because they said I didn't tell them. So, and I mean, if they don't remember, I can't. Because I mean, I know, I'm for certain I told somebody, but they said they don't remember. They're the only people I basically knew. I mean, you know, who's an adult out there.
Okay. And then at some point you was talking about the vacuum cleaner that you took. Do you remember when it was that you took that out of her house? Was it the day that you discovered her?
No,
Was it before that?
it was before that. I don't think it was the day I discovered it.
Okay.
She was still, you know, I wouldn't have got compensated for it.
And when you discovered her like that and you ran away, did you ever go back to the apartment?
I mean, but I went back to, but I seen like, you know, red, yellow tape and stuff around the door by the night. So, like, and I remember going back to see, you know, what was going on, because I never found out what happened.
Did you ever talk to anybody? Talk to the police or anybody out there?
I never talked to police, but they said somebody, I think a counselor came and asked for me, but they never said what for. They just said, you know, in the letter, they said, you had this to us. I said, yeah, and they came and they just said, okay, and they did that.
What was the deal with the counselor? You talking about like from school?
Yeah.
I think I remember you telling me something about that last
I
time.
don't know if it was, I don't know what was the deal with that, to be honest.
Okay. Well, what did they want?
They didn't say nothing.
Well, so they just asked if that was your name, and then that was it?
He said, are you Abdus Salaam LaRoche? Yeah. And I said, yeah. I don't know if it was because I, you know, school grades or whatever. You know, I don't know what it was about.
Right. I got you. Okay. So I guess since we last talked, which was back in January,
Yeah.
and then you know we're coming out here talking today and kind of clarifying some of this stuff. And I think you said that you was you told Liam and he just doesn't remember, or maybe you just don't remember.
But I know I told him he don't, but I thought it was 11 because they're the only people I look, for how, who raised me, my sister, Ahmed, or Lam. But they probably don't remember me telling them,
And I guess since we talked back in January, you've had 2-3 months to kind of reflect on, what our conversation was about and think about everything that might have happened back then. And I think we've kind of talked about some of it here. I mean, we didn't go over all the details. I think last time we talked, you said that, initially started out you didn't know her, and then you knew her, and
just
various
stuff.
stuff.
Exactly you was talking about. Yeah.
Okay. But now you do.
Now that since y'all talked to me, I do.
Okay. Have you talked to anybody about this since then? Since we talked about it in January.
I told everybody that Dean, Lem, I told everybody that talked to me about it.
Okay.
And they already told me I came to them and talked to them.
And what did you tell Liam when y'all talked?
I told him, I asked him, you don't remember me telling you? He said, no, I don't remember, man. That's what he said.
I mean, did y'all talk a little bit more about it?
Yeah, I mean, not more in detail about what happened, just about me, asking him about, me, telling him about me seeing a body, whatever, and police and all that. Right. He said he remember. He said he remembered me, him telling me about the police, but he remember me telling me about me seeing a body.
Well, since y'all talked about some of the stuff from the past about you not telling him and not remembering and stuff, I'm sure he asked you, well, what's going on?
Yeah, he did.
So what all did y'all talk about there? What all did you tell him?
But that y'all questioned me about a murder that happened in College Park, about 20 years ago. And he asked me that about it. I said, nah. I said, I don't. And I thought, and I told him I thought I told you about the body, the same day that, that it happened, but that I seen, the body, I thought I told you about it. Same day that, he came to me and told me that police were all over the place.
And what did you tell? You said you told Dean about it. What did you and him talk about?
No, I told Dean that y'all came to me about it. That was about because Dean told me that Ahmed called him, told him. I guess they just, they just started asking I guess they shocked, what's this about? That's why.
Right. Did you tell anybody else, or have you talked to anybody else about it?
I didn't talk to nobody. I didn't talk to nobody except my mom said y'all called her, and that's about it. I don't know if she talked to y'all or not.
Okay. Anybody else?
No, except my brother, because my brother was on the phone with them. I guess they're trying to figure out what's going on.
Who's your brother?
Noah.
Noah?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Noah LaRoche?
Noah Joseph.
Noah Joseph?
Yeah.
Noah Joseph LaRoche?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you say your brother, you talking about your blood relative? Okay. But you don't think LaRoche is his last name?
My sister Yvette Joseph and Noah Joseph, they got, I don't know where he got Joseph from, but I think that's.
I got you.
Yeah, I don't think that's the last name LaRoche.
Okay. And since the last time we talked, and you've had so much time to think about kind of, and remember back what was going on in 2002, have you remembered anything else that we hadn't already talked about?
I did. I was just, the whole thing was trying to figure out, what's it got to do with me, but that's the whole time I've been thinking, that's about it. But it's really nobody else I could talk to about it, except the people that y'all already talking. They asked me questions. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I thought I told Lem, or I thought I told Keturah, but I know I told somebody, but they probably just don't remember. Like she said, it's been so long ago.
Okay. So just so I'm kind of clear on this, I think today when we came in here, we didn't go around in any circles or anything like that. I mean, we're clear on who we're talking about. But when we're talking about Miss Crisler,
I don't even know her first name.
Well, that's her last name. It's Pamela Crisler.
Okay.
So when we're talking about her, I guess you're saying that y'all had sex several times, but you didn't even know her name?
Twice, but I just knew her, Pam, but I never knew Pamela Crisler.
Okay.
You know,
And
I would say P, or Miss P.
Miss P. And so, but there's nobody I can go talk to that can confirm
That we had.
that y'all were either seeing each other
She
or
was
hanging
like-
out with each other,
I know at that
having
time-
sex with each other or something.
No, I know at that time she was like more of a discreet type. So I know that's.
Well, she couldn't have been too discreet if you got these other folks out here saying, hey, we sleeping with her too.
I'm saying,
You know what I'm
she's like,
saying?
as far as like, cause I don't know, cause them guys are like a lot older than me. They're like more of a college. They look like they was in college or something like that. So I don't know.
And I guess where I'm going with that is that I want to believe what you're telling me. Okay. And I believe the fact that you were in her apartment and the fact that you were there when she was deceased and all that. But I want something I can go and put my hands on, or somebody I can go and talk to that's going to say, hey, this is what Salaam, this is what I knew was going on back then, and I know what he's telling you now is true. But it sounds like everything you're telling me, it's in a story and it's an account of what was going on, but there's no way that I can go back and verify any of that. And I'll put the work in and the time in.
I thought I told Dean about the relationship, but he said he don't remember. Cause I said, like, you remember the girl? But he said he don't remember that neither.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you know, like we go back and talk to Lim. You said, hey, well, I told Lim about this. And I go back and talk to Lim, and Lim says, he didn't tell me about it. And like you say, Couture, and we go talk to Couture, and she says, well, he didn't tell me about it. And I talked to Dean, and Dean says, he didn't tell me about it.
Yeah.
And I want somebody I can go to try to confirm what you're telling me, because I want to say, but because I think you know more about it, but I want to be able to say, all right, what he's told me, I've been able to go back and confirm it, and I know it's true, and I can't do that with anything that you've told me other than the fact that you've been in the apartment, which I can confirm that, and I know that's true.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's what I thought. I thought I told Dean about Miss P and how we had an intercourse, but he said he don't remember.
And how old was you back then?
Let's see, I think 16.
Okay, so 16 years old.
Oh, no, 17.
And I'm not trying to get in your mind, but 16 years old, you're having sexual intercourse with an older lady.
Yeah.
And you ain't telling nobody about what's going on?
That's why I'm sure.
You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, hey man, let me tell you what's going
but that's
on.
what I'm saying. But I told Dean, but back then I don't think he even believed that I was doing that though.
Oh, so you saying you told Dean about having sex with her?
I think I did, because I was like bragging about it, but just not to everybody, but just to him, because me and him was kind of close. But I guess he said he don't remember. So I mean, that don't shock me about Dean. Dean don't remember stuff that happened like.
I was going to say, because when we talked to Dean, you know, we covered questions such as that.
Yeah.
What was going on in your life at the time? What was you talking about? What were you doing? Going to school? Why were you down from Lithonia? All those questions. We covered all those questions.
Yeah.
And there wasn't nothing in there about you seeing some older lady.
I know he wasn't. You know, I know it wasn't that, but while I was, you know.
I'm not even able to find anybody that can say you went around taking trash out.
I mean, it's been so long, but but I won't remember, you know. But I remember that them times, because that's what I remember when I first, you know, like Ivan was going to make money, and he said, you need, you know, start making your own money, because, you know, when Dixie wasn't doing no good, and he said that you need to start doing stuff around, like see people in their grass, got take trash out. And I learned that from my pops anyway, though. He said, you go knock on people's doors, see if they need to try to take it out.
Not saying ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
I just can't find anybody that can confirm any part of your story. Everything that I'm confirming in regards to you suggests that you in that apartment as a stranger. No other reason for you to be there other than you're there.
But I was taking the trash out and helping, you know, I did help her take some stuff out of the house, but I don't, you know, expect nobody to remember or whatever.
Why not? That was a pretty traumatic time for that apartment complex.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not every day when
As
somebody
far as
gets
the body,
killed.
As far as the body, that's different. I'm talking about as far as taking the trash out and stuff like that.
Well, a lot of times when you got a traumatic event like that, such as somebody being killed, you remember things that are going on around that.
Yeah.
If nothing like that ever happens, you probably don't think twice about it. But when you get something like that happens, you start remembering all those details. And those are the people that we're talking to, and we just can't verify nothing you're telling us.
I know. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. But I know...
Is that because you're not being honest about it?
I am being honest about it.
I'm asking, is that why we can't confirm it? Is it we can't confirm that you ever dated this lady or was having relations with her because, well, dating like sleeping with her. That's what I'm talking about. Ever sleeping with this lady, we can't confirm that because it ain't true?
It is true, but I mean...
So at 16, you didn't tell anybody that you sleeping with an older lady?
I remember telling Dean, but he probably don't remember though. I mean, you know, like I forgot that a few girls I didn't smash back in high school, I can't remember their names or don't remember who I smashed, but I know if I see them come in contact with them, I'll be, you know, it'll jog back my memory though.
Well, we're not really talking about them. We're talking about a lady that a 16-year-old would be sleeping with that's like 3 times his age, and you ain't telling nobody about it.
I know that's a 60-year-old fantasy, but you know, but that's not the first time I had slept with an older lady though.
Well, who did you tell about the other older lady?
Well, I don't know who I told about the other older lady, but this is not in Athens though. This is like.
I guess what I'm saying is you sleep with this other older lady, you're telling folks about it there. You don't remember who you told, but it's the same thing about this.
But I didn't tell nobody about them other older ladies. They were like, what, 10 years older than me? And, you know.
All right, well, I guess let's don't get too far off track, but I'm just trying to make a point. At 16, you're going to be bragging about that.
But I guess they don't remember. You know? But I don't know if they don't want to get involved or what, but I know.
Why would they not want to get involved and help out a buddy or a family member?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but, you know. I don't know. But that's what like my sister, I don't remember. I mean, you got me involved in, I said, I'm just trying to remember who did I tell you or them? And, you know, they all.
Well, you didn't tell any of them.
You know, because I mentioned Day. I'm like, I don't, you know.
Okay. Well, I'm not able to confirm anything that you told me. All I've got is that I know you went into her apartment, and from what I understand, y'all don't know each other because I can't confirm that you know her. You ain't told anybody.
I knew her from, you know, I knew her from the neighborhood and all that, but I don't know her personal life and none of that.
And so I guess where I'm at now.
I know a few people in Athens that I really don't remember who they are. You know, like.
Well, I guess where I'm at now is I'm trying to figure out why you went in her apartment. Okay. If it's still the trash thing, okay, it's the trash thing. But I don't think it's the sex thing because I don't think y'all knew each other.
Yeah,
I don't think y'all were dating. And when I say dating, I'm talking about sleeping together. I ain't talking about going down and having a candlelight dinner somewhere. All right. So I can't confirm any of that. Nothing in her history suggests that. Nothing in your history suggests that y'all were seeing each other. And even talking to all your family and friends, nobody knows anything about y'all seeing each other. Okay. How long was it after you found her that you left Athens?
I don't remember.
I mean, was it like the next week? Did you finish school? Because you would have just started school in August. You know, ain't that about what time school starts?
I think I left when everybody else left because I couldn't stand that. I mean, I haven't really had nobody else stay with it now.
So, I mean, do you remember starting school that year?
I remember being in school, if I think so. I was in school in Athens.
But you remember at what point you left?
I don't remember what point I left.
All right. Well, I think when I talked to, I think it was Dean, if I remember right, when he left and came back from Savannah, you were already gone.
Yeah, Dean moved to Savannah with his mom.
And he came back in like September.
I think I moved with my mama in Atlanta because that's the only person I had left to stay with. Because Ahmed and Keturah left. Because I remember when Dean was there, Lem was there, we all stayed. I would stay with Lem when Dean was there, and everybody left. Lem's the only person that stayed in Athens, I think. But as far as you,
well, Dean said he came back in September and you were gone. You'd already left. Does that sound right? Because September will be the next month after August.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Do you remember when Dean came back?
I don't remember. I don't think, but I know when Dean was in Savannah, I eventually moved down there with Dean and them to Savannah to work for Sears. I don't know if it was that same It was like after I left from Atlanta, I think. Because I wanted to move in with Dean Mom in Savannah.
Right. Well,
And then I left and moved back to Atlanta with my mom.
well, that's something else I'm trying to understand. Why did you leave Athens and go to Atlanta?
I had nowhere, because Couture and them had moved, and I think I moved with them, but I moved with my mother, and they got their own apartment.
I don't think did you leave with Couture? Because I think Couture was still staying there during this time.
I don't remember who I left with. I don't think she was. I don't remember. Like, I really don't. I gotta ask her. Because they was, I couldn't just move by myself. I ain't had no vehicle, so I really gotta ask her.
Because that's what I'm trying to figure out. I think you went in this apartment not knowing this lady for whatever reason you went in there, and then shortly after you find this lady or this incident happens, you're leaving. You're gone. You're down here to go to school, but then all of a sudden you just up and leave.
I was still going to school after that incident. I wasn't running or nothing. I was still going to school.
You talking about going to school
the reason
here?
why I left Athens, I think, because they tried to help me back another grade. So I just said I couldn't get my GED. That I remember me and Dean had that discussion. How they're trying to hold me back another year, because I was supposed to go to the 11th. They try to keep me back 10.
Tell me about this vacuum cleaner that you took from this lady's apartment that you threw in the trash. Tell me about the deal with that.
I just took it out the trash like I've been the other trash.
Where did you get it from?
From my apartment.
I mean, I think last time we talked, sometimes you get stuff off of like a porch or something like that. Is this something that was on the porch? Is this something that was inside the residence? Is this something she brought you to the door?
I don't know. I know she told me that she needed me to move the vacuum, and it was. I guess it was heavy. I wanted picking it up and walking it out.
And do you remember when it was that you took it out?
No, it was during the daytime.
You sure it wasn't the day that you found her?
I'm sure it wasn't the day I found her. Nah, it wasn't the day I found her.
How can you be so sure about that?
Because it wasn't. I mean, I'm not sure, but I know it wasn't the day I found her, though. Because she was, because she asked me to get it. And she was alive then.
And I say that because, we had a witness that saw you coming out of that apartment. And when you were coming out of that apartment, you were carrying that vacuum cleaner. And the vacuum cleaner you were carrying was the one that I showed you in this picture right here. And
that wasn't the vacuum cleaner.
Similar.
Yeah, well, it looked this ain't the exact vacuum cleaner. That's the vacuum cleaner. It looked just like that vacuum cleaner. It was that type of vacuum cleaner, that color of vacuum cleaner.
I mean, they probably did see me carry it. I mean, I wasn't hiding nothing.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not like you could hide it. It ain't going to fit up under your coat. You know what I'm saying?
I wasn't hiding, period.
Yeah. And so when they see you coming out and bringing that vacuum cleaner out, this was the same time that Miss Crisler was discovered as being dead shortly after that.
It probably was the week before.
And so that's why I'm trying to figure out when was it that you took that vacuum cleaner out.
I know she was alive and breathing when I took it out.
And when you took it out, this was like at nighttime when you took it out, not in the daytime like what you remember.
But I know it was like, it wasn't too dark, but it wasn't, I don't think it was.
Well, it would have been dark because this was like 2 o'clock in the morning.
No, this wasn't 2 o'clock in the morning.
And it don't get no darker than 2 o'clock in the morning.
I don't remember it being 2 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. Well, it was because the person, it was you taking the vacuum cleaner out, coming out the door with it, and then that's when it was that they saw this going on at 2 o'clock in the morning.
I don't remember. I don't think it was that late because I won't be out that late.
So that's why I'm trying to figure out the time frame of you taking the vacuum cleaner and Miss Crisler ending up dead. Because those things happen like right there pretty close together.
I know it wasn't late at night when I took the vacuum cleaner out. But I know it was during the time when she was alive. It wasn't late. So, to be honest with you.
Well, they didn't have but 2 vacuum cleaners in the apartment, right?
I don't.
That's it. I'm just saying that's all they had was 2 of them.
Okay.
One of them's still in the apartment when Miss Crisler was found. And so the other one is the vacuum cleaner that you took out of the apartment. which is this one right here. And
I
so,
don't remember that vacuum.
well, I guess what I'm saying is they only had two. You took one of them out of the apartment, so there's only one left, which is what we find when we go in there and find Miss Crisler. And then the lady that sees you taking the vacuum cleaner out sees you taking it out at 2 o'clock in the morning. And so, and we know that it was a day that was right there when Miss Crisler was. If she wasn't dead, she was in the process of dying. And so we're trying to figure out what this time frame is with you taking this vacuum cleaner.
I don't know.
Because that's pretty significant, so I need you to try to remember that.
Okay. I really don't remember, but I know it wasn't late at night when I took the vacuum cleaner. I don't remember that vacuum at all.
Well, there's no doubt that it was 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay. You may not remember it being 2 o'clock in the morning.
How's it no doubt it was 2 o'clock in the morning?
Because that's when the lady saw you taking the vacuum cleaner out of the door.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm telling you now. You telling me it is. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, I know she was alive. I'm just looking for the truth. That's all I'm looking for. The truth is, I know she was alive though. That's like whenever I took the vacuum cleaner or any trash out, the people they be alive. I don't take it.
What else was going on in your life during that time frame?
Nothing.
As far as going around from apartment to apartment taking out trash. Did you
played basketball? We got into a fight with this one guy. I remember it was all this one guy walking around. Them kept asking me about, but I never knew who he was. He was just always walking around looking, But I don't know. I never asked who he was. I didn't know him, but nothing else was going on.
Okay. Well, the fight part, I'm not too interested in the fight part because I think last time we talked, you was telling us about this fight, and that your story was kind of all over the place with the fight. Yeah,
I don't remember them tapes, man. It was so long ago. I don't remember at all.
Yeah. Well, I know that your story was all over the place. It didn't make sense. So that's why I don't even want to go back to the fight side of it. Okay. But I want to figure out how Miss Crisler ended up dead. That's what I want to try to figure out. And I know that you're the last person to see her before the police found her. Okay. And I know that you're the person that took a vacuum cleaner out of the house at about the same time.
It was a lot of, I took trash out of our house before.
Trash might have been a lot of trash, but there was only 2 vacuum cleaners.
Oh,
all right.
I don't know.
Well, I'm just telling you that you took one, and there's one still in the apartment.
Oh.
And I'm simple, but that adds up to 2. So it's not like there's a 3rd vacuum cleaner that got taken out. Okay. So I guess back to what I'm trying to figure out. You're the last person that saw Miss Crisler before the police found her deceased. Okay. And the lady.
Been somebody else that's seen her. I mean.
You're the last person that we know of that saw her. Okay. And the vacuum cleaner that was taken out around the same time that we know that she's either dying or was dead. And we know that you took the vacuum cleaner out. So not only does that put you as seeing her
when I took it out, but I don't know what time, but I know she was alive.
And I guess I'm looking for some honesty from you. I mean, we're talking 15 years has gone by, and we're trying to bring some closure to this family. And I know that you've moved on. You got a family coming up. You got 2 children, 1 on the way, or have you already had?
I got 2 kids, 2 boys, and a girl, and 1 on the way.
Okay, so 3 kids and 1 on the way. Okay, and a stepdaughter. And so I know you've putting all this behind you, but it's all come back up front. And we're trying to figure it out and trying to figure out what your involvement is in it.
Because I'm trying to help you out the best way I could, but
Well, the best way is to tell us everything. And tell us the truth. Okay, that's what we're looking for is the truth.
I know I told you everything I could remember.
Because what you've told us, you're trying. It sounds like you're trying to come up with a story.
No, but what you said to me is that what I'm telling you sounds like a story because you don't got nobody to verify that I had a relation with the
That's
lady,
right. Yeah.
And that everybody who I said I told, they don't remember
No. They didn't say they didn't remember.
Oh,
They said, no, you didn't tell them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a difference there.
From what they told me this, they don't remember me telling.
Because I tell you, if they told me that they said, you know what, I really don't remember, maybe he did tell me, I would give you the benefit of the doubt.
But that's what they told me.
But
Why did they say that to
But
y'all?
that ain't what they said. They said, hey, he didn't tell us anything like that. And not only did they say that, they said, why would he say something like that? They actually got offended that you would bring something in and pull them into it to try to implicate them in this incident by giving you or covering for you.
I'm not trying to see, but I don't know nothing about all that right there, but I know.
Yeah, you do, because you've talked to them since then.
Yeah.
And they told you.
And they told me, after I talked to y'all, they told me, like, well, if you did, I don't remember. It's been so long ago. Them the exact words. So like,
and maybe that's what they didn't want to tell you to your face. I don't know.
I can't argue with nobody and be like, yes, you do. You know, I don't. You know, because if they don't remember, if they don't know, if they think I didn't tell them.
Well, that's the thing. It ain't about they not remembering. They said, nah, he didn't say nothing like that. He didn't tell me anything like that.
If they don't remember, if they don't know, I mean, I'm not going to pick a fight and argue about it. I mean, because I know I told somebody, they don't want to say I told.
But yet you can't tell me who it is you told.
I mean, I told you who I thought I told. It's only like 3 people.
And we've talked to all of them.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So,
Hey, let me ask you this. I've talked to some other people too. Have you told anybody since this happened? Have you talked about this? And I ain't talking about like back in January. I'm talking a couple of years ago. Have you told anybody about this? Have y'all talked about this?
I ain't talking to them about nothing.
Well, now last time we talked, you told us that Ilias, that you and him had talked about it.
Me and Ilias?
Yeah, a couple of years ago.
I don't remember talking to Ilias about it.
Well, when we were first talking, you said that Ilias is the one that told you about the dead body.
No, I said.
But I'll give you the doubt because you didn't want to come forward and say, "Hey, I saw her."
Yeah,
Okay, so I'll cut you that slack. But at least you said y'all talked about it.
I mean, no, I mean, I don't remember talking to Ilias about it. You know, but I remember talking to from who I thought I remember talking to about it was Dean in Lebanon, but it said that they don't remember.
And when was that?
It was like, you know, probably like back when it all happened, like.
No. I'm talking just a couple of years ago, like maybe 2012. What was going on in your life in 2012? Where were you at?
2012.
Were you going to Africa or getting ready to go to Africa in 12?
No, I was working at Delta, and I went to Africa, traveled with Africa with Ahmed and my family and stuff. But that's about it. But I know in 2000.
You don't remember talking to any of them about this back in 2012?
I don't remember talking to nobody about that.
Okay.
But I remember going.
Because I've talked to somebody that says y'all did talk about it back then.
Oh, I don't know who you talking about. I don't remember talking to anybody about it.
And talking to them about it to where they said that you said, hey, one time I killed this lady because she woke up when I went in the apartment.
No. I don't remember talking to nobody about it.
Well, I would think you would remember something like that. That's pretty significant. Not only finding the dead body, which, you know, initially
Why would I say something like that?
I don't know. That's what we're trying to figure out too. Why would you say something like that? I got a feeling why you might say something like that to somebody. Because when something like that happens, some people just got to tell somebody. You got to get it off your chest. Unless you're a psychopath and can keep all that stuff inside of you. Somebody that I don't think you are. I'm just saying a psychopath wouldn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
But
I didn't tell nobody about it. I don't even talk to Ilias. First of all, that's Dean and them friends. Dean, he was real close with Dean. But I don't, never talk to nobody about it.
Well, they say you did, and they say you said that that's kind of what happened. You went in there, went in the apartment, going to burglarize the apartment, and then as a result of that, the lady that was in there, you got into a confrontation with her.
No, I don't remember that. I don't remember telling nobody that.
And so when they tell us that, and then along with we got your DNA at the we talked about that last time.
Mm-hmm.
Got your DNA in the apartment, and then so we come to you with the benefit of the doubt, going, all right, why is your DNA in this apartment? Because we want to hear it firsthand from you about what's going on and why it's there. And then you give us all these reasons why your DNA is in this apartment. And you're saying, and not only is this, these people right here can confirm that. Well, it don't pan out. all we've still got is your DNA in the apartment, and all these reasons behind, the people that confirm this say, nah, he never told me that. Nah, he didn't say nothing like that. Nah, he didn't tell me about that.
I don't remember. I damn near remember. Shit, I forgot all about it till I came back up in January.
Yeah. So that's why we've come full circle back from when we talked back in January. Come out here giving you the benefit of the doubt, wanting to know why your DNA's there. You provided us the reason what you said your DNA was there. It ain't panning out because we've gone and done some verifying and some checking. And then not only that, we've talked to some other people that said you've told them that that's what happened. And so now we're trying to figure out, and then that's why we're back out here talking with you. Okay, we're back out here because we want the truth. We want to know what happened, and we want to know why it happened.
I didn't murder.
I mean, this is your opportunity. Okay, we want to provide you with the opportunity to explain what happened. Because when you're young, good people can make bad decisions sometimes, and those decisions aren't always made. When you're young, the more rash decisions people make. Okay, they don't make the best decisions. The decisions you make today are not the same decisions you make when you're 16. Is that fair to say? Mm-hmm. You're a totally different person. All right. So, but we need to understand what happened back in that apartment when you were 16. And this is your opportunity to explain that to us.
I told you everything I could remember, but I know I didn't murder nobody. I know when I took the vacuum out, the lady was alive, but I didn't put this on my kid. I probably tried to murder nobody. And I'm damn sure didn't tell nobody that I went to burglarize.
Well, now, do you really want to sit there and say you're going to put this on your kid?
I mean, but
saying that you didn't murder nobody?
I didn't.
Because there's when you think of murder, people think of people that's murder as a bad guy. I don't like to think of it as murder. I like to think of it as something happened, and as a result, this lady died. Okay? And I think you had something to do with that. There's not a doubt. Okay? So I don't want you to put it on your kid and say that, because not only have these decisions that you made when you were 16 brought us together talking today, but then and you're gonna have to live with that. No matter what. This is decisions people make. They have to live with, good or bad. Okay, and they always come full circle. Those decisions. It might be 1 year down the road. It might be 15 years down the road. But usually they come back around full circle and they find us. So I don't want you saying I put it on my kid that I didn't do that, because that's another decision you making today. All right.
Okay.
So what I'm looking for is the truth, and I'm looking for what all happened that day.
I told you the truth. There's nothing I can say.
You can tell me the truth.
I did.
Tell me the complete truth.
I did. I've nothing what you want me to put? I mean, I don't. That's it. There's nothing I can say.
I think there's a lot you can say.
I told you everything I remember.
Well, I think you would remember if you killed somebody. Is that fair to say? You'd remember that?
I didn't kill nobody, though.
So, how is it that all this evidence that we got,
leading to me,
the people that we've talked to, and all the benefit of the doubt that we're giving you, it always, you know how you look, you see all these arrows, on TV that try to get you to, that they keep pointing at a certain area. Well, all of them are pointing at you. They ain't pointing at nobody else, and they're all lit up bright. So that's what we're trying to figure out. And I'm going to give you the opportunity to explain it.
I was at the wrong place at the wrong time, but I didn't.
And that could have been it. Could have been wrong place, wrong time. I mean, that very well could have been it.
I know, but
it could have been something simple
I
that.
didn't murder the lady, though. I didn't kill this lady.
What?
Mr. LaRoche, the second time I met you, you seem like a really nice guy, okay? And you said something earlier that I felt was you being honest. You said I panicked.
When I seen the body, yeah.
Well, that's what you said. You panicked when you seen the body. I think that you were right. That you were probably just trying to help provide, trying to put money in your pocket, trying to help support the family, right? And maybe you went in there and then you panicked and something bad happened. Nobody
I didn't have a family back then. It was just
Your
weird.
sister was a family.
Yeah, but but I wasn't looking for, like like I had no responsibilities, basically.
Yeah. But you were still taking out trash for people and doing things trying to make
Yeah,
some
just to
money.
get, you know, just
And
small
if-
stuff like shoes.
And let's just say there's a vacant apartment, maybe somebody left something in there or something, maybe of value, okay? And you see an open door and you didn't know that nobody was in there. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt here. And then you panicked. And maybe you were defending yourself. But what we're trying to do, because again, we're just meeting you, I think you're a super nice guy, and we're trying to give you that opportunity. Something bad happened in there. And we don't think you're a bad person. Again, you were very young, and maybe you're just going to see if somebody left something behind, and man, you might have been defending yourself. But if that's the case, we know, because you're right, you panicked. You're right.
And you know, I panicked and left the apartment, but I didn't, you know, I won't kill nobody.
Did she come after you?
I'm saying, but I won't kill nobody.
No, I didn't say, but did she come after you?
Then nobody come after me because she was already there when I came there that night, and I panicked.
You're saying she was already dead then?
Yeah, I guess because she was moving when I tried to wake up. She was wrong, but I didn't know. You know, I didn't know what was going on.
Was you really having sex with her or not?
I was. I mean, that's the only reason why I was just walking. I'm just walking nobody's apartment.
I mean, it could be as innocent like I said, though. I mean, maybe there was a lot of vacant apartments over at the time. Maybe you just seeing something there.
Vacant, but I know that apartment because I don't, you know, because I know earlier that day, it had to be earlier that day that I told her I was going to come by, see if she needed anything. So like, that's fine, that's it. But I don't remember, I think that's what she said, but I don't remember just, you know what I'm saying? But I don't just walk in nobody's apartment and just, you know, especially if the door is cracked. I know better than that.
Well, we're trying to give you an opportunity. If this was self-defense, if this was something else, this is a kid that panicked. Give us that opportunity. This is not no cold-blooded murder or crazy thing like that. Give us that opportunity to tell your story.
But that's my story. I don't know what else to say.
The truth. I mean, the whole truth. Because I can tell you, just like Jerry is saying, we do not believe that you went to an apartment with the intent of killing somebody. We do not believe that. We believe you went to the apartment or ended up in the apartment for whatever reason. Maybe it's because the door was open, and so maybe it's because you saw the light on. But for whatever reason, you ended up inside that apartment. We don't think that you went into that apartment with the intent on killing anybody. I'll tell you that now. We do not think that. But I do think that when you went into that apartment, something happened between you and her, and it got out of control to the point where she died. And there was nobody else in the apartment. It was just you and her. And that's what happened. And I'm trying to understand, and I want you to tell me, because this is your opportunity to explain it, what this was that happened.
I told you everything I know. I mean, I don't know what y'all...
But you didn't tell me about that. And the thing is I know. I'm not guessing. I'm not hoping I'm right. I know you were in the apartment. She was in the apartment. She was alive. You were alive. And something happened between the two of you. And as a result, she died.
I didn't murder nobody. I don't know what y'all want me to say, how you want me to say it, but...
All I want you to say, I don't want you to say anything that's not true. All I want you to do is tell the truth. You will feel so much better.
I'm saying that's the only thing I can remember, you know, but I know for a fact I didn't kill this lady. For a fact. I know all the evidence you're saying pointing to me because of my DNA.
Why would that evidence be pointing to you? Is there a conspiracy with some other folks trying to frame you for something?
No, but I ain't had no problems with nobody. I damn sure didn't have no reason to kill this lady or have no
That's why I don't think you went there with the intent. That's why I don't think you went to that apartment or ended up that apartment, because you didn't have no reason to do that. I don't think you knew this lady. Okay? You may have said hey to her. But I don't think y'all were
like, you know, like relationship wise.
having sex with somebody is a relationship.
Yeah, it is. But I didn't have one night stands before, and this was about like what.
But you didn't have a one night stand with her.
No, it wasn't just a one night stand. It was just from stuff that just happened. But you know, but it happened like twice, I think 3 times. But that's about it.
I want to tell you, Salaam, I don't think y'all knew each other like that. I don't think y'all were having sex. Okay. I mean, nothing suggests y'all were having sex. Nobody has saw you in her. The only time anybody saw you in her apartment was when you was leaving out carrying that vacuum cleaner at 2 o'clock in the morning. That is the only time I can find anybody or any of the detectives that worked this case back in 2002 that saw you coming from that apartment. Now, your response is going to be, maybe I came from that apartment and nobody didn't see me. You know how many people hang around that pool in August, and you know how many doors there are up and down that hallway, and all them apartments were occupied. It ain't like they were vacant apartments around her apartment. Nobody saw y'all, so I don't believe you had a relationship. And you telling me that you told Lim, Keturah, Dean, these folks said, I understand that, but I'm putting that with everything else. These folks say you didn't tell them. Nobody else saw you. Nobody around the pool saw you. I believe you might have seen her. You might have waved at her, but I don't believe y'all were having sex. Okay? And so I need you to be honest. At least be honest about that if you're not going to be honest about nothing else.
We were. I mean, what put me to lie and say we wasn't, but we
No,
wasn't.
I want you to tell me the truth. That's all I want.
That's the only way I remember, you know, that's the only, you know, because other than that, you know, that's the only way I remember, you know, because I forgot half the other people I took out trash for.
Don't sit here. All right, let me put it to you this way. Let me try to appeal to your good conscience.
Because I know
Okay?
I got to go to work at 11. That's why.
You're free to leave anytime you want to. Okay? We're just trying to get. Well, I'm just trying to get clarity.
Because
Okay?
I got to catch the bus. Because I really ain't got no other way.
I understand, and like I said, you're not under arrest. Okay? I'm just trying to get some answers.
I mean, but that's what I mean. If you want, I don't know what else.
So you gonna sit here? Not only has this lady been killed, all right. I'm gonna appeal to your.
Goes out to her family, but.
All right, that's what I'm looking for right there.
I
Your
didn't
heart.
Kill this lady.
So don't sit here and disrespect her by saying y'all were sleeping together if y'all weren't sleeping together.
We was though. I'm not gonna. I mean, you know, like she was real discreet. She offered me wine before. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think I was flirting, you know, but she was flirting. But I mean, I didn't kill her though.
I think you did, and I want to know why. I want to know what happened. I'm trying to understand.
I didn't kill her. I don't think it's in me to kill nobody.
It's in everybody to kill somebody. Anybody could do that if the circumstances are right. But just because you do something like that, there's a reason. And I'm trying to understand what that reason was. You know what I think the reason was? I think you were young. I think you went in there to burglarize the apartment early in the morning, not thinking anybody was in the apartment. And I think when you got in there, then you realized she was in there. I think she woke up and she saw you. And I don't think you knew what to do. You had 2 options. You could run and not do anything and hope nothing happens, or you could sit there and do what you done. You could take some kind of action so that you knew she wouldn't be able to tell anybody about what she saw. That's a theory. That's just what I think.
Yeah, that's not what happened. No, that's not.
Tell me what happened. That's what I want to know. All I want to know is what happened.
I told you what happened.
All you told me.
And the door was cracked. I seen it. The body. I moved to try to see if she was alive or what was wrong, but she wasn't budging. I just left. I ran.
And you remember that pretty good.
But I remember that night, yeah, because it was real. That was one of them. Until y'all came back, from January. That
burned in your memory.
But that particular time.
I mean, you can't help but something like that be burned in your memory.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you brought back the memories that because I never seen it. Well, I didn't even know she was there. I just ran. I didn't know what to do, but I know I told somebody, but they said I didn't tell them, but. They probably didn't want me to bring it in.
That's convenient, ain't it?
Yeah.
I told somebody, but I just don't know who.
Yeah, because it was like almost 16 years ago. I know I told somebody, babe. They said I didn't, I guess they said I didn't, but I know I did. I got beat at 11.
Let me ask you this question. You've been super nice. You're willing to talk to us. In 4 months from now, if something else comes up, or if we can verify something else, is it okay if we come back and talk to you then?
Yeah, y'all can always come back and talk to me. I don't see why y'all gotta bring me here. Why y'all don't just come to
It's
the
just
house?
convenient. Well, we don't want your neighbors and your family and other stuff like
They
that.
already
You had
know.
to come here anyway. So it just made it, we're trying to make it convenient for you, boss.
No, it's alright. Y'all can come to the house. Y'all can call me. I don't know why y'all don't do none of that.
Well, I don't want to talk to. I mean, we want to talk to you face to face.
Y'all can talk to me face to face.
That's what I'm talking about. You said, "Well, I don't understand why we don't call you."
Yeah, I said you can come to the house, but y'all got the address.
We might do that in 4 or 5 months if something else comes up when you talk to you, we'll do it at your
Come
house.
to
Would
the
that be
house.
better
Like,
for you?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
You know, 'cause every time I come here, I'll be thinking he be ready to lock me up or something.
Nah.
I can do.
No, that's just part of your normal probation, parole, or
We
whatever
thought
it
it'd
is
be
you're
more
on.
Last
convenient
time-
for you here, because you had to come in anyway, you know what I mean?
Cause usually he'll come to the house. He said I had an admin meeting. This way, this is the same thing he said last time. But you know, I was
We
just
don't know
like,
their
why did he,
Yeah.
you know, why y'all just come to the house and talk to me? So. But I gotta go to work.
Okay. Well, you free. I mean, you free to go. I mean, we'll
Y'all
look.
can please come to the
Let
house.
me get
next
him and
time.
walk you out there. We'll come to the house next time, Mark. Just sit down and grab him before, you know where his office is, just grab your bag, we'll walk over.
Well, I don't know where they're at.
Well, I don't need this, let me go get it.